Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Yo, man, I hope all y'all being safe. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy outside in New York. They shut trains down, buses down. It's a blizzard. It is a heavy blizzard, bro. I can't even get to work, bro. It was tough. They shut down the pack, bro. It was tough. Um, Nets looked like they was gonna win this game, man. This was crazy. Shout out to all the Nets fans. We the best fans. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I thought the Nets was gonna win. I didn't see the whole game first to fourth quarter, but I definitely was tapping in, you know what I'm saying? And when I seen in the fourth quarter they was up, I was like, all right, Nets tanking. I mean not tanking, but they look like they gonna win this game, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they gotta get something off of their chest, they want to show that they could play good basketball or something, you know. And I was surprised to see the Hawks went on a crazy run like that. You know what I mean? I heard Jody Fernandez was complaining about Trey Orris turnovers, which is cool. I like the coach being vocal about what the players need to work on because I do feel he does a great job mentioning the positives. Um, I want to give a special thank you to the members of the page. Maria Signal Moore, Chelio, Marcus, Nets DNA, Payment Boy 81, Joey BK, Cooney Jean Philippe, GIHF _ Carter, Brooklyn LM, Mr. Seahorse, J Noel 24, Javon Ship, Big Homie Stay Solid, Lee 4788, Sam Edelman 5187, Alicel, and G Wiz 911. Shout out to all y'all. Y'all already know Nets fans is the best fans. But yeah, man, I just thought that you got more consistency from Jaeger and not just being a shooter but trying to get to the rim. I like him 5 for 11. I like that he had 5 3-pointers and he has 11 field goals. So that means he has 6 field goals inside the 3-pointer. And that's what I'm talking about, man. You're gonna be bigger than a lot of guards, man. You got to take advantage of the fact that you got that, height advantage over these two guards or point guards. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta, respect the fact that this is what makes you good. Not just you as a shooter, but you should be able to get downhill at 6'9" as well. You know what I mean? Diego also had 4 assists, 1 turnover. I think this is a good game, bro. This is a good game. And yo, Claxton, listen, man. Yeah, Claxton can't really guard nobody in the paint. We give up a lot of paint points. That's true. Shout out to Dayron Sharp with that block on Jack Liddell. But Nick Claxton be putting up a decent stat line. Is it impacting winning? Yeah, -19. -19. That's crazy. Let's see how many points in the paint they scored. Um, let's see. 48 apiece. Okay, can't be mad at that. They must have shot at a high clip though. Let's see. Mm, 3-point percentage, 13 for 33. Not really. I don't know, man. I don't know why we lost this game, man. It's hard to say because I didn't watch it at the end. All I seen is that they went on the. It looked like turnovers, to be quite honest. And we didn't crack 20 in the fourth quarter. That's a problem, man. That's a problem. So that means when teams want to clamp down, and slow us down and stop us from scoring, they could call us under 20 points. So they just cruising with us through the whole game into the fourth quarter. Well, what's this our doing? Was it us playing bad basketball? Oh, all right. Players for Keeps 2020 he said, Breezy, what up? I went to that game yesterday with Diego. Played aggressive yesterday. That's what's up. I like the aggression.
90 minutes to prove you're innocent.
A crime.
Oh,
You must move from one piece of the puzzle to the next.
Rated PG-13.
shit, playing on their own shit, man. But yeah, nah, that's what's up, man. How was the game yesterday, man? Okay, you said this was his best all around game. So I'm gonna be chatting with players for keeps. For a lot of part of the show since he was at the game. You welcome to come on a panel too, players for keeps if you want. You know what I mean? I try to, it's an honor to have somebody who actually went to the game come on the panel. So you're welcome. You're all welcome. Um, Shout out to Bill Johnson 996. He said in crunch time at the end, the Nets were hilarious. The Hawks Johnson was unstoppable, and the Nets kept trying to hit threes. Okay, see, can't live and die by that three. This should never help us. Or hardly help us. JP Farley said they were doing good till they start chucking up threes in the fourth quarter. Oh man. JP Farley said, I'm not even gonna lie, the spread was 9.5. I think they got told they had to let the Hawks cover. Damn. See what I'm saying? And this lead me to the gambling part of the show. How do y'all feel, JP Farley? Let me stay with you. How you feel with about gambling? How do you feel? Pause. I mean, let me change the conversation to gambling real quick. How do you feel about it? Do you think it helps the fan experience watching the games, knowing that you can win money or lose money? Or can you still enjoy the game without betting on it? That's the question. Can you still enjoy watching basketball without betting on it? Can you still enjoy watching sports without betting on it? That is the question. How y'all feel about that? I'm asking the chat. How y'all feel about that? What's up? What's up? What's up? So yeah, let's see. Let's see. All right. So his best all around game, you think, is what? 13 points, 5 for 11 from the field, 2 for 5 from the three, 2 free throws, 4 assists, 1 rebound, 1 steal. Yeah, 1 turnover, but he had a block too. So he played defense. How you feel about his defense? How you feel about his defense? JP Farley said you can still enjoy without betting, that's for sure. Just bet small amounts that you can afford to lose. Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, that's true. Always bet $2, $5 or something like that. Nothing crazy. You don't need to try to, you know what I mean, win $1 million off of $5. That's tough. Yeah. So I mean, me personally, I could watch the Nets and enjoy the game. I don't gotta put no money on it. I don't gotta put no money on no games to watch it. But I really only watch Brooklyn Nets games. And I was gonna watch some Bucks games because of Cam Thomas, but they be coming on the same time, as the Brooklyn Nets games. And I'm not watching the Bucks games over the Brooklyn Nets. So just because they got Cam Thomas, I'm not doing that. Because I'm not just watching as a fan when I watch the Brooklyn Nets. I'm watching as a fan and I'm watching as a content creator. I'll be trying to see the game, break it down, talk to y'all about it, but no way I'm coming from with it. But it's sad to see that we only lost the game because of 3-pointers. I think we oversaturated with 3-pointers in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we take too many 3-pointers in the first place. 34 out of 48, to be honest with you. I mean, out of 80, 34 out of 85 is not crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's actually a good amount. But to your point, if the 3-pointer not falling in the fourth quarter, then yeah, attack the rim. Attack the rim. And it's sad. It's sad to know that you got fans like you know, you got fans that like JP Farley that see it. You know what I mean? How do y'all feel about the relationship between the NBA and gambling? And again, they gotta fix this tanking situation before the NBA get a team, expansion team in Vegas. They Everybody know that the Vegas team gonna be just a gambling team. It's gonna be too obvious. It's not gonna be entertaining. If the team in Vegas that's gonna be expansion team, when you know what I'm saying, all of the gambling rumors that's gonna be around the Vegas NBA team. You know what I'm saying? The regardless of their success or not having success, people are gonna over hype and criticize the games if they try to make an expansion team in Vegas, like they keep saying. And the reason why I say that is because it's like hand in hand. If you're watching a game, people are betting. Like, what is the percentage on people who watch the game without betting on it now in 2026? That's my question. What is the percentage of fans that watch the game without betting on it in 2026? Can you still enjoy the game without betting on the game? You feel what I'm saying? So I just think it's all interesting. You know what I mean? I just think it's all interesting. Let's see. Clax, yeah, again, man. Clax be do his numbers. Clowney, I'm gonna be honest. I like Clowney, but I like him off of the bench. If you got somebody like Clowney off of the bench, we tough. But Clowney has the green light to prove that he's the starting for the spread for uh you know he has that green light. The Nets gave it to him. He a late first round pick. Claxton is a second round pick. Nolan Traore is a lottery, just shy of a lottery pick at 19. MPJ 14. I know that. I'm just letting you like this is our starting lineup. You know what I'm saying? And what I will say is for us to attack our offense, we do need a wing that's going to not only catch and shoot. We need a wing that's going to try to get to the rim. That's why I don't want to move Diego at the two. Listen to me. You need Nolan Traore to get inside the 3-point line to win in today's NBA, and you need a wing. You either need you need two. You need two. You need the wing, the 1 and 2 guard, or you need 2 out of 3. You know what I'm saying? You need 2 out of 3. And MPJ is not going to the basket. He does when his 3-pointer is off, but he preferred a 3-pointer. Even though this game he took 11 field goals inside the 3-pointer. I think he's starting to realize that he can't just catch and shoot. All right, so just follow me real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I see that MPJ changed his shot selection. And I want to say I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. As a fan, you see that they clamping down on that favorite bread and butter play. So you've been looking for the elbow three, you've been missing it, and you got all your points. You got more of your points from the inside the 3-point line at the rim than you did, at the 3-point line. But you're a two-way threat. That's dope. I see you took the mid-range too. I appreciate that. You took 3 mid-range jumpers. I appreciate that. You missed them, but it's still you took the jumper. That's a good thing. It shows you a 3-way threat. You didn't score in 3 ways because you missed the mid-range last game, but you still attempted it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. Word. Bill Johnson, a moderator on the page, he said the game of basketball doesn't need gambling. The commissioner should be ashamed of himself for allowing gambling into professional basketball. It's not just his decision. And trust me, I'm pretty sure he got a lot of pressure coming from all over. But it's still his job, regardless. They made you the man for the job. You got to do the job. I understand that. I understand that. Players for keeps said, I'm like 50-50, bro, when it comes to betting on other teams, not the Nets. Okay. Another comment, he says, betting has definitely helped pay the bills at times. Well, see, now this is a different thing where you get a fan who will say that this betting because he know the game, so he bet and he's been able to pay bills with it. This is huge because I don't think he's alone in this situation. I think people have gambled and won money. And like me, I won the gamble and got out of a tight spot. You know what I'm saying? Financially. But I'm saying that I wouldn't advise it, but at the end of the day, I feel like this is why I ask these questions. You know what I'm saying? To try to get a general consensus. Word. Um. Yo, CJ, what up, CJ?
Maria. Let me go ahead and start. I started questioning BK no basketball. Or you a real Brooklyn fan? Or you a troll? Talking
Oh,
about can
damn,
you
what
ever
happened, man?
man? See, I see John on it last night, but like when I miss y'all show, let me tell you what I do. I always go back and watch our show. Even if I miss y'all show, I always go back and pay attention to it. I'll go get me something to eat and I'll watch the whole thing over. So that is like I miss y'all show. Like I always do that. But
Yeah, I
anyway, make
appreciate
long story short. Yeah, see, he was only with John. Man, the Brooklyn Nets don't get AJ Dybantsa, man. They doing this and that, man. He got good footwork, this and that. I hear John was telling him about Caleb Woodson, how Caleb we need how he more better than Clowney and stuff. BK was like, man, he think Caleb Woodson wasn't this and that is that we don't get AJ Dybantsa, we cook. And I'm like, BK, do you even watch college basketball? And it's not even a breeze. I don't want to make it just about getting Caleb Woodson. You just need to be 7 or 6 or 5 because you could get good players. It ain't about Caleb Woodson. I'm just saying, like, come on, bro. Caleb Woodson not play all the guys you talking about, bro.
So hold on. He was saying that because I seen saying he had something about Kingston Fleming. He's saying we should get Kingston Fleming over Caleb Wilson.
I think he did say that. I think he did. He was saying he
Oh,
said if we don't get AJ the boxer, we cook as an organization. Like, we terrible. And I'm like, that's a lie here. That's a lie.
I don't know. We got the best odds right now, don't we?
Right now,
Don't we got the best
if we
odds?
stay
We
where we
got the
are,
last three
if
odds.
we stay where we are, I think we'll be drafting Caleb Woodson because you at 3. I think you only dropped the 1 slide, so you have a chance to draft Caleb Woodson. You got the 3rd odds right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So right now we got the third worst record, tied with 15 with the Pacers.
You had a good spot, man.
Yeah.
Our future's finna be back alive, man. I can't believe it, bro.
Yeah. Yo. So hold on. I'm gonna probably do the tank. I'll probably do the tankathon. I'll probably do the tankathon. See what it says. But you think Caleb Wilson the best player for this team? I'm not talking about BPA. I'm talking about best fit.
Let me tell you why. I think he will be better now. If you trying to win a championship in a couple more years, and I see AJ, yeah, AJ hard working, but I'm trying to tell BK. I talk to people that know Caleb Wilson personally, TikTok,
Right.
through everything. They know him personally. I've been around people that told me how crazy how his work ethic is, bro. And Breezy, I'm talking about if you want to win a championship, I know what he will bring. I seen him go against the best. His mindset remind me of Kevin Garnett and with Kobe Bryant. A mindset mentality. The mama mentality he got it. He want to kill. He want to be the best of the best. He want to be with
Yeah,
AJ
yo,
the Bronson. He want to be what he want to be in the conversation. I'm telling you, Bree. You draft this kid, bro. I'm telling you,
yeah,
the guy will
yeah.
be the face of
Listen,
the Brooklyn Nets.
you got inside information. So what you're saying is valid. I'm interested more in Caleb Wilson because of that. Because I do think that a lot of these players are equally yoked when it comes to talent. But I feel the mindset is what changes who's better. Like he's going to be a better NBA player because of the way he thinks. That was something else I wanted to talk about too, because I seen Darren Peterson came out with a comment basically saying, if you would have asked me last year this time, I would have told you I wouldn't have wanted to miss no games. He was kind of, pushing back because a lot of people were saying that questioning his integrity, his love of the game. So,
Yeah.
he came out and he said what he said. How you feel about what he said, CJ? You think, what I mean? How you feel about him and loving basketball? Do you think he really love the game?
I ain't gonna say he don't love the game. You don't love the game some type of way. But when you start to miss games and you telling your coach to sub you out, that's when we start to question your basketball. And like I told the dude today, I don't care how many damn points he scored. He ain't too good. Wait till about. Well, he don't see no competition. Well, I say, well, he played against competition. I say his team beat the number one seed while him. So what competition he played? I say then they lose to trash teams. So I don't want to hear nothing about he too good for college because I say he ain't too good for college. I say his
And
team beat
I
the
agree
teams
with you.
while him. Nobody too good for college, man. I say how he too good for college?
Yeah.
He can't. I say if he was so good, why he can't beat Caleb Wilson?
Mm,
I say he played against
that's a
competition,
good
man.
question.
I say he ducked the smoke when he played against Boozer. He didn't play against that game. And that's why I be sitting up here telling him, Breeze, I know a dude that he be on lockdown next. He be doing the draft. He told me personally. He said I'll take Caleb Wilson over AJ Dybantsa. Seriously.
So,
I have the
but hold
clip
on,
to
but
pull it up.
CJ, hold on. I believe you, but what about what AJ did the other day? Where he was upset Iowa, I think. What about that?
I can really do it other day. But the thing is, like when I look at these players, Breeze, I like to look at what kind of mindset they got when they go against each other. You hear me?
For
Breeze, you
sure.
feel me?
Now, of course, me too. I'm with you. Yeah, no,
And
I totally
I
agree.
know. If let's say we was in the playoff, right? I'm just hypothetically saying this. We was in the playoffs, we was from New York. I know the mindset what Caleb will bring in a playoff game against the dude. The dude have a mid-range game. I'm not saying Jabbar still got to get range. Like he have a mid-range game. And dude like, well, you can't be a number one option, this and that. I say, nigga, bro, excuse me, Bree. I say, shut the hell up. Joel Embiid shot 25% for the three-point line in college, bro. Come on. He was like, well,
Right.
he
That
just
ain't
running dunks. I say, he just running dunks. I'm like, no, he don't. I say, he shoot 45% for the mid-range. I say, his three-point shot ain't that bad. He have a post game. I just like him over them dudes because I know when it comes to matchup, he want to kill everybody. I know the kind of mindset he got. I don't never have to question. I never have to question his mindset. The kind of mindset he got. Now I'm telling you right now,
nah, that's
if we draft this guy, I don't want to hear shit. The only person I want to hear about from John, Dylan, and half of some of these Brooklyn fans. I don't know half of them. Half of them. The ones that say, "Well, can we if he want to be a franchise guy?" I don't want to hear nothing for they damn mouth if we draft him. I don't want to hear a goddamn thing. So once again, I'm
John
gonna
right
prove you
there.
wrong. I'm gonna prove you wrong. Once I did with the Nolan damn. Once we drafted Nolan, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
nah,
see
you was right
John.
about knowing Suarez, bro. You was right
Yeah,
about him.
John was in there when he was telling BK about that bullshit about Caleb Wilson. I heard what John said.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What's up, John?
Oh
Hey,
man,
John,
I
can you
am.
finish
Yeah,
telling me
we
about
got CJ, John, we got Leaf on the panel. Talk
Can
that
you finish telling me
John.
about that thing? What happened with you and BK last night about Caleb Wilson? Because I watched some of the video.
That was a fun debate, and shout out to everybody who's getting through a crazy snowstorm. Hey, listen, I've gone through 1 and 2 snowstorms to get to this damn draft. I ain't give up anytime soon. So top 4, let's go. Spreeze, your question is who is the number one guy? I think it's AJ Dybantsa. I just look at skill set, defense, athleticism. Like this guy has aura, he has availability, and the guy's playing 40 minutes right now in this 4 of his last games. And he even just recently said, if the coach wants me to play 40, I'll play 40. That is what you want in a number one guy. The guy that says, I'm the QB. I know when it's game time. We're almost to the tourney. So, like, AJ Dybantsa now has made a clear-cut case to be in the top 2, no doubt. I think the thing with Darren Peterson is it's not about skill set. I think this guy's one of the most elite scoring guards we've seen in the draft. And if we do have a top 4 selection, he is under consideration. Is he de facto number 1? A lot of question marks right now about stuff that doesn't have to do with his skill set. It has to do with his health, his availability, and if he is a team-oriented guy or is he just, I want to get my cut and that's it. That is the question marks that Peterson has to answer if he wants to legitimize he is a number 1 guy in this draft. Cam Boozer, I think people underrate the crap out the guy. He is solid. He is physical. He is a tank. He's a bulldozer out there. He gives you solid rebounds, solid points. He's an interior threat. We need somebody like that in our front court. We don't have that physicality you can do multiple times on the court, and Boozer brings that. He brings a 90s style basketball game. He also brings a new one style. People question athleticism. Not everybody is born with athleticism, but to get muscles, to get a physical body, that takes dedication, that takes time, that takes effort. And Cam Boozer's done all those things to put himself in position to be a top 3 guy. And Caleb Wilson, listen, CJ, there are question marks about Caleb Wilson, but what you can't question is his dedication, is his
Yo, John, you
ferocity
there?
on the court. And I think defensively, out of the top 4 guys, he might play a little 5 if he has to. He's defensively very solid. Offensively, he's athletic as hell. He has a jump shot game. He can shoot threes. He play makes a bit, but that can be worked on over time. But he definitely could be a huge part of this team too. But if you're asking me who the number 1, number 2 guys are in this draft right now, I think it's between Dybantsa and Boozer. And that's no shame on Peterson, no shame on Wilson. But if you ask me who are the 2 clear-cut potential franchise guys that could fit Brooklyn greatly, it's Dybantsa and Boozer. And either one of the 4 I'd be happy with. But aiming for that high top 2, those would be the top 2 on my list right now because they could definitely take the Brooklyn Nets to a place it's never been. And we're right now in the bottom 3, which is great because it gives you some certainty. You have a shot to get no less than the 7th pick. So you put yourself in a top 7 pick right now. And
John, that pick landed 4.
That would be amazing if that pick lands 4. That means we get
Charlotte had the
Wilson.
third odds. Charlotte had the third odds last year, and they only went down 1 spot. They landed 4. They was at 3, but they dropped down to 4.
Right. Well, no, they were at 4. The Hornets were at 4, and they stayed at 4. They didn't have 3. It was the Pelicans with the 3rd pick last year, and they got the 7th pick, which was fierce. And again, the 3rd pick doesn't guarantee you top 4. It could be top 4, or it could be top 7, which you kind of don't want, but still, you have certainty that the NBA can't give you the 8,
Breeze, you here?
9, or 10th pick.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. Listen, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I just want to share this. I'll be back if we're the lottery and we're going to see what happens, right? So, the lottery, and then you got the Brooklyn Nets. Let's see. And long ass Sam, man.
Yep.
Me personally, I feel like, wow, they got us at 5th? Sacramento, Dallas. How did Dallas get the 2nd pick? Bro, they cheating, man. I'm resetting that shit, man. I'm resetting that shit.
I think the second odds. I think second odds is very attainable with the Pacers right now. Pacers are facing bad teams soon. We're potential one at the end of their season, but they face Memphis this upcoming weekend. Like, getting second odds is the best you could hope for because at least you lock up top 6 where you have a 4 and 6 chance of getting a franchise guy, which is the odds you'd want at this point. So we got to aim for that right now.
It took me 3 tries to get the number 3 pick.
Let
me see what happened. Let me see what happened on the 4th try. 4th pick, 3rd pick, 4th pick. That's the best we got so far. We didn't get the 1st or 2nd pick yet. We didn't get the 1st or 2nd pick. How many Sims does it take?
The draft sucks, Breeze. It really does sometimes.
No, we ain't get the 5th pick. Yo, hold on. How many? I want to see how long it take, bro. They didn't give us the 1st or the 2nd pick. They gave it to Indiana, Washington, Brooklyn 3rd pick again. Yo, I quit. I ain't gonna quit for real. But damn, bro, they doing this bad out here.
I tell you.
Ahead,
no, just put my rule sense into this. The biggest factor in us getting top 4, if we do stay in bottom 3, is the Clippers getting that Pacers pick. If they could get 5 through 9, that knocks the Pacers out of top 4 potential, which opens up a legitimate slot for us. So I really think it is dependent on the Clippers somehow getting a lottery pick this year. If the Pacers win a few more games, it definitely hurts them. It improves our odds. So that to me is the best chance to get top 4, not just get a 5, 6, or 7 slot. The Clippers have to take the Pacers pick. That's the only way I can see us legitimately have a shot at top 4 at this point.
But this is what I'm saying. The Kings got their draft picks, ain't really do nothing with it. They could speak highly on what they did with Indiana Pacers, with with their draft pick in the Tyrese Halliburton, and with their coach Rick Carlisle. They're gonna trust them. They're gonna trust the Pacers with the draft capital. Let's call it what it is, though. Benedict Mathurin left, and he's having a better NBA career with the Clippers than he did with the Pacers. You know, and again, some of these players transition ready. MPJ was ready to have from fourth row to first row. Ben Mathurin looked ready. These players be looking ready, but they got to be in the right system. Do the Sacramento Kings got enough to do what it takes? Is Keegan Murray only doing what he's doing at the number 4 pick because he's with the Kings? If he left, would he be better? I heard critique from Andrew Wiggins about how the Wolves were stifling him and only trying to make him a scorer, but he felt like he had more to his game, and he was able to do that when he got with the Warriors. The NBA has to really look and say, even though the Brooklyn Nets didn't get the number 1 and 2 pick on Tankathon when Big Fan Breezy tried over 7 times, we still should consider them for the first or second pick. Just because if the competition is the Pelicans, they had AD, BI, Zion, they had Drew Holiday, they've had a lot of lottery talent, and they haven't went to the Western Conference Finals. So let's call it what it is. The top talent, the NBA want to make sure that the 1 through 4, that these guys, before their rookie scale contract is up, make the playoffs. The Nets can do that. The Pacers can do that too. But can the Kings? They haven't proven they could do that in the first 4 years. Can the Pelicans? They haven't proven they could do that in the first 4 years. Both of these teams should be out of the question when it comes down to the top 1 and 2 pick. I can see why they keep the Pacers there. The number 1 and 2 pick should go to the Brooklyn Nets, number 1 pick, and the Pacers number 2. Let the Kings and the Pelicans fight for the 3 and 4. But yeah, I'm listening. What up?
I just want to say this. I know you and John up here. I do want to tell a lot of Brooklyn Nets fans. You know, we pay attention to 3 and 4, Caleb Woodsville. But pay attention to Markel Brown and the rest of the players, Nate Ahmed, because all of them start to heat up too. I ain't want to miss nobody. If this is the case, we land out the damn top 4. Them players start to hit up. Ahmed start to heat up. So I just want to say, let's pay attention to them guys. But definitely Markel Brown.
If we get a 5 to 7 pick, Nate Ahmed would be the guy I would reach on, just because he's 6'10", he can score, he play makes, he can defend. He just needs to get stronger. But getting muscle in the NBA, I think a lot of these young kids are realizing you have to do that. I would not want to get another point guard like Markel Brown or Kings Columbus. I think they're both good individually, but we have so many guards as is that you almost have like an overhaul there, which could really disrupt your structure. I think getting a Nate Ahmed to be a potential front court piece for us would be a good reach potentially, because he is heating it up. That guy was projected to be top 4 beginning of this year before he had a little drop off. He could still potentially be, I think, top 7, which would be the lowest pick we could get at the bottom 3 record, which I would accept with Nate Ahmed only. Anybody else, it would be a tough pill to swallow if we have to get another guard in this draft.
But I want to say to John,
after 10 tries, we got the number 1 pick. Wow, we got a ways to go there, man.
Go ahead.
Hey, I will say this though. I don't think they using Caleb Woodson right or Nate Ahmed. Cause this me just going back looking at them. I know what they could do. I know they could do more than what they're doing. I don't think the coaches are using them right. Cause I know Nate Ahmed can create. That's Ice guy. Matter of fact, shout out Ice. Nate Ahmed is Ice guy. Nice. Yeah, but I know they could do more. I think their coach not using them right though.
No, that's a fair point. I think Nate Ahmed could be a great replacer. I think he's almost like a Jalen Johnson type candidate where you didn't know he was going to come out of nowhere, but he does. Also, some people look at him having a LaMarcus Aldridge mid-range game. I even said a Durant Lauri Markkanen prototype could be maybe Nate Ahmed's high ceiling potentially, which is saying a lot, but I think that kid has a lot of skill. He just needs more seasoning to get stronger. If he gets stronger physically, I think that kid will be a top potential 7 or 6 maybe coming out of this draft at the end of the day. So that would be my reach candidate right there is Nate Ahmed. For point guards. Darius Acuff, man, that's a very interesting guy. Defensively not good, but offensively, the kid has some tricks for young age to be as good as he is offensively. That might be my reach candidate for point guards. But I understand getting Markel Brown and Flunks because they're higher up on the food chain. But still, I would want to reach on Nate Ahmed if I get out of top 4. So we got to enter top 4 at this point.
You think Mark should
I,
draft? I hope so.
he should. The goal should not be to draft another guard in this draft. You have so many guards as is. To get a potential star franchise forward piece or small forward, that's where
Mhm.
we got to aim for right now. I think the Bonds is number one, Boozer number two, and then Wilson number three, and then Ahmed would be number four for me in that order of potential forward threats for us. So if we get one of those four, I'm willing to say we did good in this draft, but we're outside top four. I can't say we did great in this draft because the goal of getting both your picks back was to get at least one de facto franchise guy in back-to-back drafts, and not getting that in both, that would be very tough to move forward with. But getting an Native Ant, you can move forward with that though. That's
I
the
will
only.
say, um, yeah, because they do got like 3 second round picks. So I wonder if they gonna trade them damn picks or trade up in the draft.
You're not going to get high up in the draft for those second round picks. The Nets, I think, would have to give up one of our future firsts that we don't really care about
No,
with
I
those
take
seconds to
I
maybe
take
move up.
I would trade all of those seconds. All of the seconds, like bro, I'm not like we got Claxton with a second. He's 31 though. Like, and again, I'm saying all that to say a lot of that draft capital I don't want to use. It's one thing for Sean Marks to take a chance and draft 5 first round picks. It's another thing for him to use all of the second round draft capital. Like, come on, trade some of that. Maybe throw a few first in there to try to move up in the lottery, so that way we could see success in the rookie scale contracts of Nolan Traore, Drake Powell, and Yago. You know what I mean? So yeah, we got Leaf on the panel too. I won't be long winded. Shout out to Leaf for joining the panel. What's the word? Leaf, talk to us.
I don't know. I mean, I just kind of came here. I don't know what's going on, bro. I guess we still talking about this fucking draft that we ain't gonna get shit from. I guess I don't know. I
No, I'm
mean,
not talking about the draft. I'm talking about the backcourt with Yegor and Dola Traore. And we was talking about the draft, but I was saying in the last thing I was saying is seeing success out of them in a rookie scale contract and using the draft capital we got far as second round picks, using all of that and not drafting that, just use it as capital to move up and get maybe a first round, maybe 15, maybe try to move into the lottery. But yeah, something along those lines. But not necessarily that. Before the CJ and John came on the panel, I was talking about gambling, and I was saying, can you watch the NBA? Do you still enjoy the game, watching the game without betting on it? And just trying to get a feel for that. You watch the game and you gamble, or do you just watch the game?
I mean, I watched the game. I mean, of course, but I mean, I don't gamble, bro, because I mean, I live with a chick and her daughter now, so my money is funny. So, um, yeah, I still enjoy the game, but I mean, I still get pissed off at a lot of shit that is supposed to happen on the court that don't happen on the court. You know, if somebody's supposed to take a shot off the screen, I was gonna do a whole breakdown of what should be done in the middle, in the in between areas, and how many shots we don't take, and how many open shots we don't take, and how many open shots we don't get. I mean, it's just gonna continue to piss me off, bro. I got a Scottie Pippen migraine yesterday, but I had to fight that shit off. So watching the Nets
Although
game
let
only
me
made it worse.
let me ask you this: Claude Smith, he moderator. Y'all know Claude. He said the Nets should draft Cameron Boozer. Detroit Pistons have an All-Star 6'10", 250 Bruiser and Jalen Duren. Boozer will be the Nets' new center. He's 6'9", 250. Yo,
Center.
Claude, you make that sound good. I'm not
He's
even
a
gonna
power
hold you.
forward.
That's
He's a solid power forward. I don't think center, but he's a solid power forward, no doubt.
I
I
mean,
like that though.
I
Even
could
if,
see him.
yeah.
I could see him playing center at some point. I mean, maybe not right off the rip, but I mean that's not bad at all. But like saying the Nets should draft this, saying the Nets should draft that, this should all rest in the hands of the NBA, who tried to trick me by putting out some funny ass goddamn rules for next year. Like I don't know that all the goddamn agents of some of these top players, bro, ain't calling the NBA talking about we don't want to go here, here, and here. And I guarantee you the Brooklyn Nets was on that here list.
Why you say that?
Bruh, we just lost Cam Thomas for nothing, bro. If y'all think one of these niggas want to come here, bro, y'all sadly mistaken.
Yeah. So you think that the way they did Cam Thomas leaves a bad rapport with the next draft class?
Absolutely, 100% does.
Come on, Leaf. Listen, we got to cut
No,
the
no,
bullshit.
no,
Listen,
no, hold on, no,
come
John, hold on, let him
on.
finish because I said the same. I said the same thing earlier in the season. I said, watch how they treat Cam Thomas when it's time to sign him. See what the Brooklyn Nets do. And I'm saying that to say it wasn't necessarily all about Cam Thomas. I was saying it about Jordy Fernandez too. I was like, the way he coaches, players are gonna say, "Yo, I want my NBA career to start with Jordy Fernandez because of the way he coached." There's that first NBA coach, so they definitely watching the Brooklyn Nets because they know we're gonna be in the draft. And then I parlayed that conversation into Cam Thomas. But to Leaf's point, I want to hear him out. I want to hear why he's saying what he's saying. Talk to us, Leaf. Like, just break it down a little bit more about what you're saying.
The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because these rookies, these upcoming prospects, they've been paying attention to the NBA as well. They've been seeing in the last couple of years what's been happening to certain players, bro. Like while they've been here. I mean, listen, we could say that the guys came here and got their way and got their money and left, but at the same time, bro, if
They
Sean
did.
Marks is still, if Sean Marks is here, and as long as Sean Marks and Joe Tsai is still in the building, bro, I don't think. Yeah, I think, but like now that with the NIL deals going and prospects having their agents on basically on call and telling them, yo, hey, listen, my prospect is coming out, but we don't need to be going here. It's a mess over there, man. We ain't been hearing good things, this, that, and the third. And it's not necessarily our organization, bro, but it's definitely our front office and it's definitely ownership. That's what I like. And Cam
Okay.
Thomas is a perfect example of why I don't believe that
Yeah.
that the NBA is going to be friendly about giving a shit. We just gave him up for nothing, and you see the aftermath of it.
Can I respond real quickly to Leaf? Listen, Leaf, at the end of the day, I said
Yeah.
this to you on Scott's show
I gotta
yesterday.
keep this
Bottom three record guarantees top 7. They can't give us 8, 9, or 10. So self-preservation at this point, regardless of top 4 or top 7, that's what the focus is. At the end of the day, I want clarity or at least where our pick could fall. Not that, we do all this sacrifice and get screwed at the end. Stay with bottom 3.
No, but
Somehow get the
hold on. But
second
you
worst
didn't
to
say
get top
nothing.
6 at the
You
very
didn't
least.
rebuttal. But you didn't rebuttal nothing he said. He was
About Cam
basically
Thomas,
saying that.
please, can I be honest with you about Cam Thomas? Listen, good scoring kid, 6-man, not a franchise guy. He's not going to impact our whoever comes on the team in the future because
No,
at the end of the day, we need to aim for a high pick.
No, I'm not talking about Cam Thomas. I'm talking about the bad rapport that the Nets might have with the next draft class because of how they do things. Like, how true do you think that is about what Leaf said?
It's very true. I've talked about Sean Marks, Joe Tsai so many times that I don't want to talk about it because they're combustible, they're chaotic. But you know what the
Okay.
crazy thing is? The last 10 years, through all that craziness that goes on behind the scenes, we somehow have Kevin Durant's, Kyrie Irving, James Harden team. So if we could somehow get the best talent through all this crazy, horrible madness they screw up behind the scenes, we would still have a shot to do something. So as much as
Listen,
I can say they should be fired, they are in power at the end of the day. None of us can get them fired. So at the end of the day, if they can put talent on the court, that's all we have to get through Breeze at this point. If they're still in
no,
charge,
but
they are
no.
chaotic and they shouldn't
No.
be here, but
Listen,
they're going to be here.
hold on. Listen. What I'm saying is, and we got to go to Peoples after this. And I didn't even watch the content. I just read the quoted part with the Darren Smith. Deron Williams basically saying like, "Oh, we a curse. The Nets is a cursed organization." And my thing is this: I got. I'm gonna probably post the content for us to react to it, so I could get a clearer understanding on why he said what he said. But clearly, from what I could see, what he said was that they really was going after Carmelo Anthony, and they couldn't get him, and he went to the Nets. Now I'm saying that to say he came here with a bad reputation. Kind of, let me finish, bro. He came here with a bad reputation because of him getting Sloan fired. Now, I don't know exactly what happened with that situation, but it's the same story. A player, a star, got a problem with their team. They want to come to our team. And again, they ain't do bro, I'm just calling it as from the facts. I'm not trying to just give y'all a lot of my opinion. I'm trying to stick with the facts and give y'all some of my opinion. And at the end of the day, a lot of fans feel like it is hard to draft a player who can score at the volume of Cam Thomas. And we drafted 5 first-round picks. None of them scored the ball like Cam Thomas. And I know everything ain't scoring. I'm not saying that the contrast Cam Thomas to the players that we got. I'm saying it to say in the championship roster, there's roles on with players, and you got to have players that can do X, Y, and Cam Thomas could do X, and that is score the ball at a high clip. He just scored 16 straight for the Bucks. You need somebody like that on your roster to give your starters rest, even if you got them coming off the bench. Because Nolan Traore is the only one that down here, only one putting the ball on the floor that can score. You need more than one player that can do that. We had 2, now we only got 1. I think we need somebody in the draft that can do that. That's why I'm looking at AJ Dybantsa. And I respect what Peterson said, but I still take AJ Dybantsa over Peterson. All facts.
Same breeze. Same breeze.
And to be honest with you, I don't know where his stock is with the draft. What I will say is that he a guard, so I was just shying away from guards anyway. But I like, but we not just talking about skill. We talking about morale. And for you to come to a team that don't have no NBA championship, they got 0 NBA championships. You need to have morale to say, yo, I want to play here. I want to stay here. I want to win here. And I don't want to see us get talent over and over and not have a good relationship with the front office for whatever the reason, and then they leave. But we still make room for free agents to come here, get the bag, don't really help us win nothing. Where a banner we can hang up, and they leave. So it's y'all just did business, but we ain't win nothing. So the fans just left out, and everybody's happy that they did good business. I ain't feeling that. But go ahead, Lee.
Listen, if I can continue, bro. Like, listen, you right on the money, bro. But to go deeper into that aspect, whether it's free agents coming here and basically realizing how the organization is run with Sean Marks in the last 10 years, or whether we're Prokhorov or whoever we had, whether it's Darren Williams, whether it's Joe Johnson, whether it's Kevin Durant, whether it's Kyrie Irving, whether it's James Harden, whether it's Cam Thomas, bro. It's always somehow falling on the front office, bro, as to why shit didn't work out. And at the end of the day, bro, like if draft prospects, now that they got more power to come in the draft or not go into the draft and do whatever they want to do in this, that, and the third, and when they see the Nets at bottom 3 and they just realizing like, nah, this is not where I want to go. This shit is dismantled, bro. Like this is all based on a true story. That's all it is, bro. Like, so if we can't develop our drafted talent properly, whether it's in the first round or the second round, and we can't do right by free agents, when they want to come here, and when they actually ask to come here, bro, what can we do right by? What can we do? This shit, it sounds like we burning a lot of avenues here, bro. I don't know, bro. Like y'all,
Lee,
y'all
this
got.
is our last
No,
chance to
it
do it
is.
right. It's our last chance this draft. It
Yo, hold
really
on,
is.
people. Hold on, let's go to Peoples because we ain't hear from him yet. Peoples, talk to us. What you think about what Leaf said, bro? Like, even if we get the top pick, do you think that what could the Brooklyn Nets do to make it go right with a top draft pick?
I don't fuck with that conspiracy theory shit, man. Only thing matters is, did you get a ring for the franchise? Couldn't get a ring, so what's the difference? You know what I mean? Who cares, Breezy? Yeah, you had so-called 3 super motherfuckers on the same team. They couldn't even get it done. So why are we talking about this
Yo,
shit?
listen,
You know what I mean?
listen, Peoples.
You know
This
what
is what I want
you need to be a family to win. You need to feel like you're a family, like a real family. Like when you have like a 10 brothers, because people have 10 brothers. Where I'm from is that's nothing. You know what I mean? You gotta be a family. Or you gotta be a super duper team. Like you got like four all-stars on your starting lineup. Like right now. Right now, you don't need that back then, but right now, because you got Wemby and all that shit, and you got too many great players. That's why you need four all-stars on your starting lineup. Four to win.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Bro, that's easier
Either
said
that
than
or
done,
you got to
bro.
be a family, feel like a family thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel you. But
that's the
again,
only
my
way to
thing
win,
is to give
Breezy.
you
But all that
but
conspiracy
people's
theory shit, fuck all that.
but what I'm saying is that's why you gotta reward your players if they play good. Like if you see Dayron Sharp, and I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Nick Claxton, he was out
I
of the
mean,
lineup, and Dayron Sharp was playing good. But I'm not gonna hold you for Nick Claxton to come back like that. You gotta let's say, yeah, Dayron Sharp is good when Nick Claxton not here, but Nick Claxton still deserves to be a starter. He do,
no,
bro. He put
look,
up a
Breezy.
13, 5 points, 5 boards.
Are
He
they?
should start. He should get more
I'm
rebounds.
saying,
What you think about last night game, bro?
I don't know, Breezy. I don't know. It's weird. It's you got nobody. You got that's got nobody, man. It's they're broken. Nets are broken.
But we got Nolan Traore and Diego, man. They could be a good backcourt.
This is our last
And
chance to get
MPJ, he
things
ain't
right.
he don't put the ball on the floor for real. But he can't cut to the basket though. That's and he good around. I give him that. He be having
This
little spin moves under the rim. Should be he nice. Word.
Yeah, listen, Breeze, Leafs saying the right things that this front office has been a disaster. Hell, it's going back even 10 years when we had Prokhorov, whatever his name was. That guy didn't even know what he was doing. He's like, I got to assemble a winning team. Oh, I get these two aging vets that are almost at the end of their career. Let's win something. Like, we need the right ownership that cares about the Brooklyn Nets and elevate them to levels they've never been. They actually care about the culture and philosophy. And you know, we've been through like, what, 10, 12, 13 coaches last 10 years? We've never had sustainability with our coaching staff, with our rosters, and with our front office. And eventually that does become a huge issue because you can never build sustainability or winnability. You have maybe a few good moments here or there, but it's never enough. And the sad thing is, I think Peoples is right. Like, you need a brotherhood when you have a top team. Detroit Pistons, they went through the worst of the worst 2 years ago, be one of the worst teams ever. And they had a young core. And now they're the number one team because they have a brotherhood. What's so sad about this team, it always feels like we're distant cousins. Even the big three, those guys were cousins. They come party on a weekend, vacation for a few weeks, and then that's it. They're out. It was never they were fully invested in this. And that's what you want with this upcoming pick, whether it's Boozer, Dybantsa, Peterson, Wilson, that they're committed the next 5 to 10 years to be in Brooklyn, to build this up the right way, to get the right talent, the right vets, hell, maybe a star they want to bring in, that want to make Brooklyn basketball a true destination. Because the financial equity Sean and Joe have, it's not good. It's a smokescreen. The base are tired of smoke screens. We want something that's real and can invest in, and it starts this summer. And we're going to have our discussions at the end of free agency this summer. We're going to see what this roster is. And we feel that this roster is something to build with. We have a direction. And we feel this roster is crap and it's going nowhere fast. Either one of Sean and Joe have to leave this team immediately, or else we're going to be in doomsday for a long time. So this summer, this draft is everything for the Brooklyn Nets right now. There are no more excuses and no more missteps. Either we hit a grand slam or we are striking out. That's it.
Yo, let's go back. Let's go back to Leaf. Shout out to John. Go ahead, Leaf, and then we're gonna go to CJ. All right, we're gonna come back to Leaf. CJ, you there?
Yeah, I agree with everything John saying, but I also want to say this: y'all got to like wait for a rebuild to get done. Like y'all don't know what a rebuild is. Like, cause like our team never did it, but like I be patient. A rebuild don't happen in one damn month, in 1 year. It don't happen. That shit take 3 or 4 years. That's why I agree with John. I really don't want no superstar. I want to like. That's why I made a post on Twitter yesterday and saying y'all got to wait and give Igor time for him to develop right, bro. Y'all got to wait. Like I be seeing people be crashing out on him on Twitter and all that. I gotta wait. Yeah, ain't nobody thought Shea would have turned out what he turned out. I'm not comparing him to Shea. I'm just saying, I got to fucking wait. Y'all don't know what a fucking rebuild is. Like, that's what I be saying. With all this and that, you just got to be patient, man. That's all I got to say, Bruce.
Yeah. All right. So I wanted to get into this content right here. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Shout out to the chat. Subscribe to the page. Like the page. Like the channel.
Yo, Breezy,
If you like
it's all
something, hit the
with the
like button.
StreamYard. Because
Hold on.
StreamYard just keep throwing my shit off. And I keep hearing everybody, I keep losing everybody, like, voices.
Yeah. Oh
It's
yeah. I
fucking
don't know,
weird.
man. I pay too much money for them to be messing it up. They gotta give me
Yo,
like
I swear to
$7
God.
back.
And then that's why I'm exiting and coming back. Cause
All
like
right.
from the iPhone, I'm just exiting whatever you
All
know
right.
the page, the page.
All right. All right. All
Facts.
right. Let me say about it. All right. So look, this is the 5-and-out office that I'm telling y'all I don't like. This is what they used to do with Cam Thomas, and this is shit. This is nasty work. Like there's no pick and roll. I like a pick and roll offense where the two comes. Y'all can see the diagram on the screen, right?
Yeah,
Y'all can see that, right?
yeah.
Right. So basically, you got the
Yeah.
one. This is basically an ISO, and if two or three cheat, which they can easily cheat on defense and trap the point guard. Two or three is supposed to be there to just take the 3-pointer. Not or the 4 or the 5 supposed to take the 3-pointer, but with our personnel, if you got Clax at the 5, he not going. Shoot the 3. He might be somewhere, but this is the 5-and-out offense. I've seen them do this with Daron Sharp when he was on there, and it's versions of this that I feel like the Brooklyn Nets run that I don't like because you go to the toughest spots on the corner on the floor to take your jump shots. Like I can see if you want to make the 3-pointer threat in the play, but all of your players got to be a 3-point threat. This is why I don't like. This is why I don't like the Brooklyn Nets offense, yo. Like, why all of them gotta take a 3? It's only one more point than the 2-pointer. Like, I don't understand. I'm about to ask
Everybody want to
ChatGPT.
be Dubs, Breezy. Everybody trying to be Dubs.
Not everybody's a
To be
physical team,
Warriors, you gotta
realistically.
have the players, man.
No, here's the thing. Everybody wants to copy the Warriors, but you
I
need a
don't get
physical
it.
team. What's so great
I
about
don't get it.
Detroit is they're so good at being physically imposing on
Defense.
offense, defense. They don't need multiple guys that can knock threes down. That's what makes them so scary. Our problem is we don't have
Y'all can hear
physicality.
me?
That's why we're relying too much on threes. Yes, yes.
Something going on with the screen, y'all.
You see somebody like Kate Cunningham, that's why Jody and Sean Marks stop fucking with us, man. Stay on 15 wins. Stop fucking with us.
Are we gonna
We
play
can get
tomorrow's
somebody
game?
like Kate Cunningham. We can. But
Hold on,
I don't
hold
know.
on, hold on,
I
hold
don't
on.
know, man.
Hold on. Terrell Davis in the chat. He said, I like Caleb Wilson too. Would like to see more paying off of Nolan. Diego developing a 1-2 dribble, pull up and sidestep 3. Too many threes play inside out. So yeah, you got Terrell Davis fans like Terrell Davis that see the potential in Diego playing inside out. Inside, that means he get into the rim first. That's inside, then out. Then it's him taking a 3-point shot second. That shot selection, in my opinion, is important. In my opinion, the reason why I'm so much of an advocate of playing inside out is because a player like Diego, and then I want y'all to send this to Diego because I'm really trying to say this from the bottom of my net fan heart. If you attack the rim first, Diego, your mission is to get the defense in foul trouble. If you get them in foul trouble, they're going to sag off. When they sag off because they're trying to avoid foul trouble because they know you're aggressive towards the rim, you are going to be able to take the 3-pointer the way you want to take the 3-pointer. You're going to have enough space, you're going to have enough vision to take the 3 and make the 3 that you want to take. And that is the reason why I want Diego to go to the rim first. Playing inside out. This is a perfect comment. You know what I'm saying? no imperfect, but you know what I mean. Like this is a good comment, man. It might as well have been a super chat. Word. But yeah, man.
You need
We got
somebody to attack the basket.
That's what
That's where you
Wilson
gotta
does.
draft somebody. Yeah, I don't know, probably AJ. If you get
who's best at
lucky,
attacking it?
if you
Who's
get
best at
lucky,
attacking the back? Who's the best players that attack the basket in the draft? Who's the best players?
I would
AJ
Who
say
attack,
Dybantsa.
who attacks the
Huh?
basket more? Who got a knack for getting to the rim? Who
Yeah.
want to get to the rim?
Cam
Who make
Boozer.
the 3-point shot the
Or Cam
second
Boozer.
shot
Or
and the
I mean, if
2-point
we
shot
get
the first
lucky,
shot?
Cam
damn,
Boozer.
That's
if
what
we
I'm
get
asking.
lucky, man.
Cam Boozer
Who's
attacks the rim the most consistently, I would say. I think AJ Bonds does more finesse work, but AJ can go to the rim. And Caleb Wilson, he dunks a lot. But if you're asking me who does it consistently, effortlessly a lot, Cam Boozer.
I'm right, right.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure
But
he's a
that's
great player, man. If the
but
Nets
what
get
I'm saying,
lucky to draft him, I
who
don't know.
prefers the 2-point shot? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
Who
the
prefers the
Nets will
2-point
have
shot?
somebody,
AJ Dybantsa really
some
likes
kind
the
of face
2-point
they can
shot.
put
He knows where
on
to
the
score
franchise.
all over the court, Dybantsa. He
Thank
knows
you.
how to score
There
a
you
lot
go.
over the court.
There you go. Hold on. Terrell Davis says still early for Diego, but he should
He got
look
to
at
work on
how
his
a guy
shot,
like.
on his jump
Hold on.
shot,
He
but
said, let me
he'll
read
be
this
all
comment.
right.
He said, but he should look at how a guy like Avdija has developed his game. He already has the three. Developing like a Denny would be clutch for him. Okay. What year is Denny in? Because he's been in the league for a few years. He's not a rookie for sure. Um, Terrell Davis said AJ gets to the hole the best I've seen. Boozer plays inside out, which is something I like. Okay. See, damn. Between Boozer and AJ, what we need more? We need somebody from the perimeter getting to the rim to create to get to the rim, or we need somebody like Boozer. We need both of them, right?
Yeah, we
Yep.
need both, really.
Yeah, we
We need
do.
both.
We need both
Whoever's
of
first
them.
on the selection, that's who you get. That's who you get.
Which one we need more though?
I think what's crazy is if you get AJ and you keep
Probably
MPJ,
AJ. I'm
you could
probably
have
say AJ.
AJ as a scoring guard. That's insane. A 6'8", 6'9"
Probably
scoring guard
AJ.
that's a small forward. That's a cheat code. That would be really dynamic.
Did you
But
get
Boots
me?
is a power forward. Yeah.
Yeah, CJ. What
I
up, CJ?
don't know, but they scream or something. I'm trying, bro.
Yeah, StreamYard is kind of
But
choppy.
yeah, I don't know
Again,
why. John, I mean, people was just
Yo,
complaining
StreamYard, I
about that
told
too.
y'all, StreamYard been
I've
bugging,
been
that's
man.
able to
that's
hear
that's
Breeze the
why
whole time. I've been able to hear
I
Breeze the
be
whole
going on
time.
Restream Breeze, bro. Like they cheaper, bro, and a lot of they graphics is way they go deep in the graphics and shit. So I've been using
I,
that
I
shit like 19 a month.
yeah, I
StreamYard don't
might.
get no money from me.
Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. I would if it's the quality. It's about quality. I'm not loyal to no brand. Like I just want the best quality. If they got good quality, I would go over there. To me, it don't
Cause
matter. I'm
Wait,
gonna
I
do
was
the
Breezy,
I
you
same.
was
paid for
actually
this?
I was
You
actually tried to
I
hell
gotta head
no.
out, guys. Be well, be safe. All right, talk to you later. Right.
all right,
Yeah,
John.
man. Be safe in the snow,
I
man.
was
It's
trying to
crazy.
answer. I was trying to answer your previous question, but the
I
shit
didn't know this
kept
Go
on
was
ahead.
like
going
you gotta pay
haywire.
for this. What the
Go
fuck?
ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you got. Yeah, you
Go
got to
ahead.
pay for it. I was trying to
What was
answer
you
your
gonna say?
previous question, but I then forgot what it was, and then I had to restart my shit. But what was the shit you was asking before? I think something about the backcourt or whatever. I don't remember what it was.
I was saying that in the rookie scale contracts and Norton Traore and Diego Domin, they want to see some success. They want us to be competitive before they gotta sign them in that fourth year or whatever they fitting to do. And you know, I was saying that to say that these 2 years are the building years, and then it's about being competitive. So I don't want them to get another perimeter player because I want the backcourt to work between them two and their rookie skill contract. And that's why I was thinking about maybe Boozer, you know what I'm saying? Over, I don't know, man. I'm confused between Caleb Wilson, Boozer, and AJ Dybantsa. I
Well,
got people going forth,
I
man. I
got
don't know, man.
I got. Well, I listen. I'll tell you what. Listen, if it comes down to it, bro, like just ask yourself who the best two-way player out of the four. Caleb Wilson. I
I would
mean,
say
I
Caleb
like,
Wilson.
yeah, Caleb. So I mean, realistically, I'm taking him. If I'm trying, if like you talking about starting a European backcourt, they need athletes to begin with. That's number one.
Caleb
Facts.
got a great energy
Facts.
too.
Talking
Facts.
about it.
Nah,
Yeah, so
talk
that's
that
that's
shit.
that's number one. Number two, you gonna need runners so they could fill out all of their skill base. Like let's keep it 100% funk. Nolan Trayor wants to run. You need runners. You
Yo,
need athletes. If you're gonna
that's
be a
AJ
running team
Dybantsa
and
right
get up the
there.
court type of team, bro, like you need runners and you need athletes to
I
make
would get
sure
that
these.
to Caleb and AJ. Those are athletes right there.
Yeah,
Caleb and AJ.
I would say Caleb because Caleb has more of an advantage in the open court, bro. I think AJ is probably gonna be more of a ball stopper, if anything, bro. Like, so if you want your offense to flow, if you want to play that up tempo shit, that Steve Nash type shit, bro, like where you got your shooters, you got your passes, and the ball is flowing, and everybody getting their touches, and everybody scoring quick, then Caleb Wilson is gonna have to be your defensive presence, and he gonna have to be your guy. He gonna have to be like your Sean Marion type of guy, man, that could do everything and then run the floor and finish the breaks. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you want this
Yeah.
a European backcourt to work, bro, like you need athletes to go with that shit.
No, I'm with you. And again, like I said, I feel like you need two players that's going to get downhill between the one and the three. If they're going to be solid and say, "Yo, we're going to keep, MPJ at the three," which me personally, I like him, but you can't give him too much in the usage rate type of thing. You know what I mean? He's not somebody so you're supposed to exert it because he already complaining about his body. He's 30, bro. He's good, but if you want the best MPJ, you can't exert his usage rate. But I said that to say he's not an athlete, and if we was to trade, not have him at the three, you got to go AJ Dybantsa. But if you said no to AJ Dybantsa, you got to go Caleb Wilson. I agree. If you're gonna have a European backcourt, and you know you're gonna get, I'm just being real. Like I like Diego, but he's trying to be explosive, and it's like he can be. So it's a mindset. Like he rather shoot than go to the rim. But we'll see. We'll see. But Range Road, talk to us, man. You finished shoveling snow? Range Road say he had to
Yep.
shovel some snow.
Salute, salute. What's good, everybody?
Lord,
Nah,
what's good?
What's good, bro?
there's still wild snow to shovel, man. This shit kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
I heard it's like 2 feet in Long Island, bro. Like, listen, my New York State days is over, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
Especially this time of year, bro. Like you will not catch me back in
listen,
no damn blizzard.
Look,
yo,
this is
Range,
even more snow than like 2-3 weeks ago, but it's just not ice this time, you know.
yo, Range
Facts.
Road, to Range Road. I tried to go to work, right? I got to the PAV train. The train was suspended. I can't even go to New York. I'm in Jersey. But my point is that on my way
Sure.
there, I got picked up on my way there, Range Road. I got the Uber was a van, and it was like one of those slide door vans and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
I
Kidnap,
one of them
oh, the kidnap truck.
yeah, you talking
Nah,
about
not
one of
that
them
one. It wasn't.
dollar
Nah,
vans?
not that one. It was the one, the Kendrick Lamar one on the album cover.
Oh,
You
Oh,
see
that
him?
shit, yeah. That's suspect. I ain't
Yeah,
getting in there.
yeah. But yeah. Nah, but it wasn't that. So boom, but I'm saying that to say Range Road, dude, tires, bro. The Lord got us there safe. You hear me? Like I'm
yeah,
telling you. But
Right.
on the way back, since I couldn't go to work, I had to take an Uber back. Bro, this dude he had a BMW, and he was saying that he changed his tires like an hour and a half. I mean, no, not an hour and a half, a month and a half before that. Them shits was brand new. Them shits was gripping the street like a motherfucker, bro. I was like,
you
yes.
know,
Yeah,
Them,
you know,
yeah.
you know
What's
bro,
some
what's the
nice.
what's
yo, Leaf, this snowstorm up here, Leaf, is serious. It's
they told me
serious,
the
bro.
Jersey had power outages and shit in Jersey and VA and
Bro,
shit, bro.
yeah, nah, yo, bro. I thought we was gonna have a power outage here, bro. The shit had flickered and all that twice. I was mad as
Yeah.
hell too, because I was like, damn, I already gotta go to work. And I wound up not being able to go to work because the train got shut down. That shit was crazy.
I still got
Like,
family back in Brooklyn. They said they got hit something crazy, like almost 15 inches, and got my
bro,
peoples
two and a
back
half
in
feet,
Long Island.
bro.
Yeah, yeah. They said Long Island got 2.5 feet. beat, bro. Like it's looking crazy, bro. Like, but
Yo,
that's
fuck
not even
all
the
that. You want
craziest
to
winning
feel the
storm this
cold?
year.
Come to Coney
Y'all got to
Island,
check
yo.
out Russia, bro. Like,
Come to
yo,
Coney
if we get
He
hit
Island,
with
said
some
bro.
shit
Coney
like
Island.
You come
you
to
get
where
hit
I
with some
am right
shit
now.
like
You're
they
gonna
got hit
feel the
with a
wind,
Russia, bro.
the
You ain't, yeah,
snow,
that's
all
it.
that shit.
Well, hold
I
on,
know.
no,
It's
hold
quiet
on.
by side.
Hold on, Leaf Peoples. We gotta go to Range Rover. He just joined the panel. I wanted to go to him. Well, I know you said you wanted to join from the chat, but I forgot what we was talking about when we was
I mean, I
when
think
you
we
was
got
in
to
the
talk
chat
about.
that time.
I mean, ultimately, I think that's the biggest draft talk. You know, the picks and all that stuff. Let's talk about the top four. You know, presumably four picks who people are saying are going to get drafted. We got AJ,
Yeah.
Boozer, Darren, and Caleb. Now, I think it's clear to see that AJ, no matter who gets a number one pick, if you don't take AJ Dybantsa, you're going to lose your job in 2 years. That's obvious. I think any GM who doesn't draft AJ number one will be fired within 2 years. But
Okay.
that aside,
I'm hoping that we
But
don't,
from what
so
you
so we can fire
hold
them
on,
niggas.
Range Rover. So hold on, Range Rover, from what you've seen this in all season, you think he number one over Boozer and Peterson? You know what I'm
clearly,
saying?
it's
Okay, clearly. Okay.
no, that's not a diss. I'm not dissing the other guys. Like this is still arguably the best draft in the last 15, 20. You know, put whatever number on it. Like best draft, and we might not see a draft like this for a while. Like if you remember, the most infamous draft class that happened in the last like 25 years was like I think that the LeBron, Melo, Wade, Boss
I
draft.
mean, after that, the Curry draft was all right too. I mean,
Yeah, the Curry draft and low key the SGA Luca draft was
the
okay,
SGA
but
Luca draft is good. I
it's okay.
mean,
Yeah, not too crazy, but I mean you got Luca's at one
this
one
draft
MVP.
definitely has potential to be a top draft, but I mean, like
Okay,
we said, it's all about like where guys end up and how they groom. So
I was just watching a video on they were talking about Boozer's stint in at Duke compared to like Cooper Flags and stuff like that, and they were saying that I mean if you're just looking off the numbers, yeah, Boozer's having a better year than Cooper Flag was having, but you also got to take into consideration, I guess, position, a couple other things. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a good draft. Now, a lot of people have been talking about Darren Peterson lately. You probably see me in the chat saying a lot. Look, basically over the last like 3 weeks, because you got to remember, back in January when I was last on the panel, I was still trying to make a playoff push, right? So in the last 3 weeks, I've already accepted our fate. You know what I'm saying? So I've actually been like looking really into a lot of these like young players and stuff like that. As
Yeah.
far as the guards, I think Keaton's clearly better than Darren Peterson. That's just me.
Wait. Hold on. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You say you talk about King Wilder?
yeah.
Yeah, that's my guy. But go ahead, keep on saying what you're saying. I'm not mad at you saying that. I'm saying that
And,
too.
and look, let's really go into the details, right?
All
Darren
right.
Peterson, he's not even running point guard, I don't believe, right now at Kansas. He's running the two.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, too. His game is that of a two guard. But I think because, like, what is he, like 6'5"?
He's 6'4". He not 6'5". They hyping him up. I think
See,
he's 6'4". I think he's 6'4".
so being 6'4" and, kind of skinny, like, although he has a two guard like game, he's going to be, you know what I'm saying, facing a size disadvantage all the time. Now, if you're on that level, though, it doesn't really matter. I mean, Donovan Mitchell's 6'4", plays the two, does his thing. But, I mean, Donovan Mitchell is also in the weight room. But that aside, let's talk ball handle. So far, in my
Yeah.
opinion, Keaton has shown that he's clearly a better ball handler than Darren Peterson. Now, that's the ball handler. Let's talk about shooting, because this is actually, I think that Darren Peterson is a better mid-range shooter than Keaton, and also Darren Peterson, like they both move good off ball, Keaton and Darren Peterson. I think I'd give Darren Peterson the nod as far as his off-ball movement for mid-range. Now, when it comes to the
Okay.
three-point line, I think Keaton's clearly. Well, I'm not going to say clearly. I think he's the better three-point shooter. Why? Because Darren Peterson's shooting pretty good too, but it's the context of the shots. A lot of the shots, where I'm going back and looking at Peterson's shots, it's catch it. He's spotting up, moving off ball, but he doesn't really have as many self-created threes and stuff like that as Keaton. Like Keaton's out here isoing everybody. And you got to Illinois. I mean, like I said, they used to be good and shit like that, but they haven't really been too crazy over the last couple of years. He's the sole reason why they're ranked and get talked about. Kansas, I mean, I forgot what game it was. Not the most recent one, but there was a game that Darren Peterson missed that Kansas they won. And it was like a big game.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm off Darren Peterson, bro. Like, listen, to me right now, listen, AJ, I take AJ if it's available at number one, but I don't think the NBA is gonna be that fortunate to
Yeah, that
us.
was great. No, that ain't a bad
Cam
take.
Boozer,
That
bro.
was
Like,
Derek
I
Peterson
like
always
him
bring the
at a
ball
fill
up.
of front court need,
Like
but
sometimes he's
Caleb
playing off
Wilson, bro,
like
has
the
the
other side
most
of the
winning
ball.
intangibles out of the four.
Like his
In my
last
opinion.
game, he ain't take nothing but
If you like, I
all this
said it,
Kobe
bro. Who's
comparison.
the
He ain't
best
take
two-way
nothing but
player
damn
out of the
threes.
four? It's
Like he Klay
clearly
Thompson.
Caleb Wilson.
The
So
18-point game he had.
I mean, like, I don't think you could really pass up on him if he's there, and if him and Darren
The thing
Peterson are
with
still on the board.
the thing with Peterson that I'm scared of, it's not even about the injury stuff. I'm not worried about that. What I'm scared of is that if we were to take Darren Peterson, we would think that it's like, okay, we're trying to get a point guard to remove Igor or Nolan off point responsibility, maybe push Igor up to the two. But if we're gonna move Igor off of the one to the two, and this is something that I've talked about all season, but this to remove him off the ball for somebody who isn't even running point right now. So remember, the whole point of being a point, you're like the quarterback. You need to elevate the team. It's like you're not even showing that ability at the college level, as far as I'm concerned. So we're the worst. I mean, we're not the worst team in the league, but we're one of the worst teams in the league. So,
I feel like Caleb got the most winning
Me
intangibles,
personally, I
and
would not
like
take
the
that
wing
guy. I would
position
stay
is
away from that
vacant
guy.
on our
Possibly,
team right now.
I would not
In
take that
terms of
guy.
like,
I know
in
people like to
terms of
complain. Well,
athleticism and
they say the same thing about Cam
defense
Thompson. He
and
don't.
two-way
They say
presence
Cam
and
Thompson playing no defense.
being a
Well,
floor
he
runner
don't
and
play a
being an
lick of damn
athlete,
defense either, or no
spacing it out.
bad
I think
playmaker.
like when we talk about who has the most in their game
He don't even have
on
none of them
both
two.
sides of the ball, Caleb Wilson is the obvious choice, but it's just all up to the NBA to get us there.
I mean, the thing with Caleb, I like Caleb Wilson, and
But
actually, there was for a long part of the season, I wanted the Nets to take Caleb, but as I'm watching the team right now, and remember Cam's off the team, so scoring is a lot more heightened as far as I'm concerned going into
I
next
mean,
season. I mean, remember,
yeah, I understand that, but like if you get Caleb Wilson, bro, like your team is definitely going to be like your plan is, bro. Like if you running him and Nolan Trayor, bro, on the court, you trying to run it, you trying to get at least some easy baskets, bro. Like the
so
half court shit,
let me ask you
bro.
something.
Like we worried
Wait,
about
let me
that
ask you
shit
something.
when we get there.
How let me ask you something. I want to ask all of y'all. I want your opinion. How much
Yeah.
better do y'all believe Caleb Wilson is than Noah Clowney?
He way better.
Way better.
Noah Clowney?
He
Yeah,
way
no,
better.
no,
Way
No,
better,
this is not
bro.
even debate.
He way better. He way better. And but the thing is, because the reason being is because defensively, you first off, you're not gonna put him at the four like you don't know Clowney. You're gonna throw him at the three because you want him to run more. You want him to
Wait,
run.
hold on. That's interesting. So if you look at Caleb as a three,
Not as he's gonna start
Who? You talking
his
about me or Lee?
career as a three, bro. Like
I'm
right
talking
now.
everybody. I'm talking to everybody because look, I was of the mindset that like outside of basically outside of AJ that if MPJ was on the team, he's going to be the three. Now, if the Nets were to get AJ, I have no problem with pushing MPJ up to the four and then putting AJ at the three. But
I mean,
Caleb,
yeah, I
Caleb
understand.
I view as a power forward mainly, but I don't know. I mean,
I think Caleb will eventually play power forward, but like coming into the league as a 19, 20-year-old, I think he's gonna start his career off at the three. Bro, like to me, and I might you might call me crazy for this, bro. To me, what I see for Caleb Wilson is everything that I saw from
If
Giannis in
Lee's
his first
talking,
2 years.
I cannot
Just
hear him.
run up the court.
No,
Just
hear
run.
that.
That's it. That's all you got to do. Run. Just block shit. Like he knows how to run. Run, block shots. Run. Get back on defense. Just run. That's it. That's what I see from him, bro. Like maybe not the ball handling ability up the court and zigzag and do defenders, man, like Giannis was. Because guess what? Giannis was doing a lot of the shit that Giannis was doing on the break. He was doing in his first couple of years in Milwaukee. It's just like he wasn't getting that many minutes and he wasn't getting that much time. He was just they didn't run shit for him. They was just like, yo, just run. That's what I see Caleb. I see Caleb Wilson as an ultimate effort player. An ultimate effort player, bro. Just get out and go run. I see him as a high motor player. Defensively, bro, he gonna give you all he got. Offensively, bro, he gonna go. He's going to the basket, trying to get downhill, finish out on a break. I think we need like right now. If you listen, AJ Dybantsa is more of like the half court, be in the half court. All right, yo, let's be a ball stopper type of guy. I think Caleb Wilson has more winning intangibles on both ends of the court. That's just me.
I know I actually agree with that, but I think Brooklyn, we need somebody like AJ not as far as just like, look, we have a system, right? Jody has a little system. They run the sets. When the sets break down, we don't have anybody. We don't have any really. You know what I'm saying? Like if the set breaks down, then it's like, all right, it's time to go at niggas. We don't have anybody that's their specialty. Now, granted, Cam Thomas, that was his specialty. Got rid of him. So,
I mean, I like the
look,
listen right now. The system is listen. Run pin downs and off screens for MPJ, but then you got to have somebody that's going to be more effort on the boards and get like a lot of the scramble buckets. You know what I'm saying? Which is supposed to be Claxton, but I'm over him. Which is supposed to be Dayron, bro. But Dayron can't play that many minutes, man, because he most likely gonna get in foul trouble. So the reality, bro, like going forward to me, bro, like I'm leaning towards more Caleb, bro, because that's the best two-way player out of the four. He's gonna provide winning intangibles. He don't look like somebody that want to be some in a specific place. He already changed the culture in North Carolina, man. It was kind of getting dull down there, and listen. I'm willing to take somebody.
see,
I'm
here's the
willing to
thing.
take somebody that's not having a agent talk about, yo, I don't need to be going here and this, that, and the third. I don't get them vibes from Caleb Wilson. I get them vibes, bro, from I definitely get them vibes from Peterson. I definitely I kind of get them vibes from AJ. Cam Boozer, bro, like he's basically Nepo baby, bro. So, but I mean, like,
I'll say this though: the difference between North Carolina and the Brooklyn Nets is that North Carolina is, an established, well-ranked program. You can when you get a guy like Wilson and then you drop him into that, and they're also going to have other top players and stuff like that. Then it's going to work. Brooklyn, in a college sense, this is more like I don't know any really bad college teams that I can just name off the top of my head.
Hey,
Like,
Lee,
like,
y'all can hear me?
like if you think of a bad team that doesn't really have a lot of weapons, you could put a nigga that got effort on
Yeah, I
there,
can see
but
it.
the
Yeah.
talent, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't have like, because you got to remember, right now MPJ plays the one. Now, if you get AJ and then you decide to switch the offense a little bit, and then you're playing a lot more AJ dominant ball, MPJ can easily slide to that, you know, secondary role if that's what I'm saying. Granted, I still think MPJ better, but whatever. But you can put him to that secondary role. He could play off of AJ where he's driving, drawing, and then he's you know what I'm saying. Caleb, it's just gonna be the same exact system, and he's gonna play hard, but it's not a new wrinkle. That's effort isn't a wrinkle. Effort is good, but effort isn't a wrinkle. Like we need a new wrinkle.
And then he said he had a kill list. You know what I mean? You feel like players that they got ranked in front of him not better than him. I
But
respect that. You know what I'm saying?
hold on. I want to say this to Leaf Point. Killer Woods is not no just a bro. I don't understand. I don't know if y'all watch this better. What, bro? Yeah, bro, chill out. Let me remind y'all something real quick. Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, them guys came in the league. Them guys were just defensive guys, bro. They had to develop an offense guy. Caleb Woodson got an offense. If Caleb Woodson get drafted in Brooklyn, I will bet y'all money Caleb Woodson will become an all-star in 3 or 4 more years. Caleb Woodson is not far for AJ Dybantsa and all them guys how y'all think he is. He's not that far for them guys. Boozer, all of them. He's not that far for them, bro.
What's Caleb Wilson's stat line? What's his line?
Caleb Woodson averaging a triple-double. Not triple-double, but he averaging a double-double right now. He putting up a double-double every game. And yes, they putting up 25 and all that. Yes, they have to put up that. But Caleb Wilson don't even have to put up that for his team to win.
But if he comes to Brooklyn,
did they verse
we'll need him to put up
did
the,
that game
we'll
happen?
need him to put up the numbers to win.
Oh yeah, 3-pointer. Remember that?
You said what?
Caleb Wilson team beat Cam Boozer's team with a 3-point. Remember that?
And last time I checked,
Like
last time I checked, when Caleb Wilson played against them 3 guys, last time I checked, he outplayed both of them. So I was trying to tell people, it's not crazy for me to go up here and say this because I know where I seen from. He outplayed both of them. I saw him guard AJ. I seen it.
Look, I like Caleb. You know what I'm saying? Look, now that I'm, actually getting into it, they're all good.
Yeah, I talked to people that actually know Caleb, and they were telling me how he I was on TikTok live, and the dude bet Caleb Wilson in person. He was telling me how cool he is, and he was telling him how he live in the gym and all types of stuff, how he works his tail off and everything. He said, the dude was telling me he told Caleb Wilson, I wish he was in his position. He just laughed. He was like, he really a cool dude to meet. And I was telling him, I'm like, that's what my team need, a dog. We don't not disrespect AJ Dybantsa and none of them guys, but I know when he go against them, I know he trying to bust their damn ass, bro. I know he trying to kill them off the court. And I watch him play against Boozer. I watch him dominate him. And when he played against Derek Peterson, I watch him dominate him. And when he played against AJ in that scrimmage, I watched him take over that game. Even though they lost, it was a scrimmage game, but I watched him outplay him and guard him. I watch it. And then when they played over the summer, I watched Caleb Woodson got 29 while AJ Dybantsa had 25 points. I watch it, bro.
Okay. But
so again, thank you for that, because I didn't know none of this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know none of this. I haven't really watched college basketball, but
I know a guy that told me he would take Caleb Woodson over AJ Dybantsa, bro. I'm not even trolling.
Well, look, if he was a GM and he did that, he would lose his job.
You wouldn't lose his job.
Well, look, I'm not saying if you have the number 1 pick and you don't draft AJ, I'm telling you, you're gonna be fired within 2 years.
All right, so hold on, y'all. Let me set the stage. Let Range Rover. You got a minute to say why you think if you don't draft AJ at 1, you know what I mean, you out of a job, and then we're gonna let CJ rebuttal. But respectfully, y'all both got 1 minute, so I don't want y'all to just be like talking over each other. You got 1 minute. If you don't need 1 minute, then just say you done. But I want to hear the conversation because I want to know who we're going to draft. I don't watch college basketball the way y'all do, so I wanted to hear, you know what I mean? Y'all thoughts. So it's not an argument; it's a conversation.
No. We just chopping it up.
But, exactly. All right, so go ahead, Range Rover. Tell us why AJ for number 1.
Because we don't really see dynamic 6'10" dudes like AJ, and when you do, typically they'll be kind of skinny. This dude is already bigger than a lot of NBA players. Like you talk about 6'10", check, size, check, handle, check, self-creation, check. Let alone like the way he's getting to the basket, creating his own offense, he's doing it better than a lot of guards that are a lot smaller. Like you can't, because his game is a more dynamic, you can't pass on him. Like I think wasn't it like I forgot what game it was that I think he just played like his last 2 games versus Arizona and then I forgot who else it was. Just destroying these cats. Like, look, like he's gonna walk into and let alone too. If we put him at the 3, we're talking about a mismatch from day one.
Okay. All right. So that's fair to say. So, and the last question I asked you, what position
let me
what
let me
position
just
you
add
think
this.
you play in the NBA?
For AJ, I'd put him at the 3. And like I said, MPJ is my favorite player. He's a 3. If you get AJ, you put MPJ at the 4.
Okay. Talk to us, CJ. Talk to Caleb. Well, how you feel about where Range Rose at?
I mean, Rainbow was right, but I'm looking at the stuff Caleb Wilson doing, bro. And like, I want y'all to just pay attention to this shit. It's like hard to find guys like this, bro. It really is. AJ got defensive problems he got to work on. Yes, don't get me wrong, he a good offensive player and all that. But I want y'all to understand this. When Caleb Wilson, even though he playing on a bad hand, he had 11 points that game against that Miami game. And people, why you got Caleb Wilson? Because when he do have a bad game, he out there still hustling and diving on the damn court, still playing defense. I don't understand people how hard it is to find guys like that. That's why I be trying to tell people his ceiling remind me of Kevin Garnett. His ceiling is Kevin Garnett and me. And he is not that far from Kevin Garnett. And I know the type of I keep telling Breeders, I know what Caleb Wilson go against you guys. I already know he gonna kill them every damn time. I watch AJ play against Derek Peterson, and what he do? AJ say he want to be one of the best. He feel like he one of the best in his class. Well, he didn't prove it when he played against Derek Peterson. Nothing really proved it. You ask me, they ain't proved nothing. That ain't wasn't a matchup game. But I saw him go against you guys, and he just ain't hold his own. You can't say you want to be the number 1 guy. You want to be the best in the draft, and you ain't proved nothing. You get what I'm saying? I watched Caleb Wilson went for 15 in the draft. They got his respect and went to 4 in the draft. And now I'm seeing people saying, well, he should be in top 3 conversation, bro.
I'll say
And I
that.
just feel like, and I'm not saying you disrespect him.
The thing with college basketball, you got to take into consideration is that when you see somebody like AJ go to BYU, and BYU is typically not a school that gets top guys, so the people that are going to be around them as far as his teammates aren't really going to be that crazy. Whereas you see Darren Peterson over at Kansas. Kansas is well-established program, always, top 10, top 15 ranked for the most part. Like, I'd say you remember when Damian Lillard, he went to Weber State, right? That's a low-level school. So the talent that was around him isn't good. But because of that, that forces you to get in mad reps. This is why, like, people, when you got like good players, the players that are said to be real good, and they go to like these kind of like lower level schools where you see them getting a lot more what I call reps, they just come in more on point. This is one of the reasons why I'm looking at Keaton and then I'm looking at Darren Peterson, and I'm like, well, I mean, if we're just going off what's being shown, I mean, Keaton's obviously like
And Ranger, I think, and I don't give a damn what nobody say, because everybody here call him DP Kobe and all that line. I just think that little boy King Wilder. I told Breeze his pace, the way he played, it kind of reminds me of Shea a little bit. The way he get downhill, because he plays his own pace. The way he get downhill, that should remind me of Shea, bro. I'm not even tripping.
I was telling my brother. I said he reminds me of Shea and Steph Curry.
So how tall is he though? Is he a big guard?
6'6". He's a 6'6" guard.
A real 6'6". Like, he ain't not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a big guard.
So would y'all want him at the 1 or the 2?
I think he could play 2. You play him at
I put him at the 1 and put Igor, but it's the same thing. They're like 1, 2, it's the same thing.
But the only thing about that, you got Nolan at the 1. So what? You have Nolan at the 1.
I'm bringing Nolan off the bench because I'm putting Keaton at the 1. Like, you gotta understand, like, this dude. Look, I just found out about this Keaton dude like 2 weeks ago. I'm really started watching his game. I'm like, wait. I don't understand why they got all these other dudes in front of him. It's just like, oh, this is easy. That's why I can't look. Me personally, obviously, I want the number 1 pick. But if we don't get the number 1 pick, I would love for Brooklyn to get the 4 or 5 pick. Because honestly, yeah, people are gonna be mad and be like, "Oh, we missed out on." But I think the second best player in the draft after AJ is Keaton.
All right, let me ask you something, Ranger.
Keaton might be better than AJ, to be honest, but obviously you're not gonna pass on somebody as dynamic as AJ.
And thing is, Ranger, I be trying to tell them. I be trying to tell people because I be going live on TikTok. And I be trying to tell these dudes is just because you rank hiring somebody now, don't mean 5 years or 4 years from now you gonna be better than them, bro. Because I tell them, you look at the best players in the league, they not even number 1 picks. They like 12 picks and shit. Like Jokic, he's a 2nd round pick. Shea, he like a 12 pick. They not. You look at the best players in the league, they not even 1st round picks except for Ant-Man, I think.
No, what you said is facts. Remember what they always do after like a year or two, in a draft. They always look back to a draft class and they re-rank it based on how the players are playing. I'm pretty confident that when this draft gets re-ranked in like 2, 3, 4 years, it's going to be AJ and Keaton at the top in whatever order.
Ranger, I want to ask you about this because what do you think about Nate Ahmed?
Oh, he's nice. You told to do that.
So you won't be mad if we want to draft him, right?
Oh, I mean, it's not a matter of like mad. Why do we take this guy? It depends on like the draft pick we have and who's on the board. Like if you say that let's say we had the 5th pick and AJ, Boozer, Peterson, Wilson, they're all off the board. We're at 5. If we were to take Nate over Keaton, that shit.
I know you have a problem with that because my boy Dylan. I be texting him, but me and be having an argument, and like he was like he'll take Nate 7 and stuff like he big on King Wilder too. You all big on King Wilder, but it's like I was like John up here. He was saying they'll take Nate at 7, but I don't kind of know because when Lockdown Nets were doing it, he was telling me the Brooklyn Nets were looking at Keats Flemings, and his name is King Wilder. And the other point guard, I forgot the other point guard name. He was saying they were just looking at them 3. That tells me they land 7. They might damn draft King Wilder for crying out loud. I'm serious because if they looking at point guards.
I actually seen something about the Maverick. Look, man, if they get Keaton, I'm gonna be sick. Like,
I don't think they get him.
You put him next to Kyrie, and Kyrie's just gonna be helping him do. Bro, look, like I said, we probably aren't going to get Keaton. I've already accepted that, but I mean, it's clearly obvious, bro.
I'm going to the draft this year too. You heard? I'm going to. Last year I went to the draft when we got Diego. I was in the building.
Yeah, but when you go to the draft, this draft right here is gonna hit different. And like the thing is, Breeze, me and Ice been telling people this draft class is not compared to 25. If you land 6 or 7, it's not the end of the world. Oh shit, man, we land 6 or 7, man, bro. Yeah, bro, the draft class is so deep that it don't even matter. Like I said, I already made my big board. Like I said, we gonna land out. I got Markel, Nate, King Wilder for sure. That's my guy. And I watch a lot of the games. Nate Ahmed and the rest of them guys. And shout out Kareem Lopez and them guys and Tune. And I know we ain't gonna drop some guys, but I'm bringing them names up. The draft so class so stacked, bro, that it's not the end of the world if we don't land 1 or 2 or 3, man. And just because we don't land 1 or 2 or 3, don't mean them other guys could be better than them in 4 years, 5 years from now. That's what I be trying to tell them, bro. You just got to wait patiently, bro, and to see it all depends how development. Like you always say, Breeze, it all go by development, man.
Hey, I'll say this though.
I'm waiting for it.
On a similar but separate note, like, what are the chances that Sean Marks can get fired before the draft and free agency starts? Like, is that viable?
I don't. So far, Sean Marks, like the way how he building this team, I know what he's trying to build. I kind of know what he's trying to build. Like, I don't know if he want to draft another power 4 or another 2 guard. Because really, if you ask me, I think they still looking for the a Cam Thomas place. You ask me, because why the hell are they still trying to draft another guard? And they just pick up another damn guard. So see, that goes to show me that they ain't trying to draft like I meant. That goes to show me when the lockdown Nets were talking about that. That goes to show me they really trying to really draft another damn guard to put beside Nolan and Igor. That goes to show me, bro. I'm keeping a buck with you. I love Nate Ahmed, but that goes to show me they trying to draft another guard. And let me tell you something. King Wilder, he is a Sean Martin guy. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That dude is a Sean Martin guy. He sits, and he a guard like that. That's the type of player Sean Martin's like.
I'll say this though. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem drafting another guard. I mean, look at Philly. Philly got Tyrese Maxey. They had granted they just traded him or whatever. They had Jared McCain. He had got hurt, and then they took DJ. Or even on the opposite spectrum, if you go years back, I mean, the Sixers took Embiid. Oh no, they took Jahlil Okafor. Then they took Embiid. Then they got Nerlens or in some kind of order. So I don't mind stacking up on position if like, especially if it's the best player on the board. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. But as far as Sean Marks, listen, coming from the Nuggets, look, we won the chip in 2023, and 2 years later, our championship coach and GM were fired. So what the hell does like Sean Marks got on Joe Tsai that this dude's job security is just is what it is?
Yeah. And Range Rover, like I say, they got a chance to rebuild the team, right? Right now, I'm telling John, right now they in a position to get Caleb Woods right now. Because they had 3. You got 3, you dropped the 1. And that's why I went back and did my research up on it. You dropped the 1. It's never changed. If you had 3, you go to 4. It didn't change. It didn't change, bro. It always been like that. So right now, the draft will start right now. I'll be betting my money you'll be drafting Caleb Woods right about right now. Which, thank God, that'll be good for me because I've been I've been talking about the guy since the longest. That'd be good for me. Like I'm saying, right now they're in a position to getting Caleb Woods right now.
Let me ask you something though. Say they get
we got
Caleb.
the number 1 on Tankathon when I limited.
Huh? Because we at the 3rd worst
No, I'm
odds.
saying
Right
we
now.
got the number 1 pick on. Yeah,
I'm not
we got
wrong.
the
They get
number 1 pick on. We went up.
And let me say this real quick. Let me clear up because people think I have a problem doing this. If they want to get AJ over Caleb, trust me, I'm not mad because I'm not support whoever on my team. But goddamn it, I'm still gonna support Caleb Woods because you know what I'm saying. I know I hang with people that actually know him. Seriously, like all jokes aside, I actually know people that hang like my stepdaddy is cool with the guy that coached Caleb Woods. That's his friend.
Wait, let me ask y'all something.
Okay.
What do y'all think about the current?
No, I want that interview. Just let me know.
I will, Breeze. I will.
What y'all think about our center position going into the draft? Do you think
We
that
need help there
depending on
too.
who
That's
we,
why I would want.
Yeah. Let me say.
hold on.
Let me-
Do you think
let me
that
put-
depending on who we get, as far as if it's Boozer or Caleb, that one of Claxton or Sharp should be the starter? As far as how they would probably.
I don't know. That's a hard question because if you get Caleb, him and Deron Sharp, I don't know how that spacing shit would work. Him and Deron Sharp,
look,
and Caleb could shoot the mid range and all that, but I don't know how that would work. You ask me.
I'll
To
say
be honest with you,
if we were to get Boozer, I want Sharp to be the starter because then
sure.
you got Sharp, Boozer, and MPJ. You can really start bruising up other teams. But if you were to get Caleb, I think that especially how he plays, it would really help Claxton. Claxton would have another, high level defender next to him.
I don't think Clark's gonna be here for a long run. No, I'm just saying that right now because it's gonna be a point in time, and
think he's gone in the offseason?
I don't think he's gonna be here because at some point in time, we all know this. Danny Wolf's gonna take that position. We know it, man. You don't draft Danny Wilson just to put him on the bench. You at some point in time, he's gonna take that position and he's gonna spread the floor. It's gonna come a point in time. Watch, he's gonna take that position and you gonna have to play. I mean, at some point you draft Caleb, you gonna have to play Danny Wolf beside Caleb, bro. Because you gonna have a stretch 5 and that.
I like Claxton. I would, I have no problem if he stays with the team. If you're gonna get rid of him, though, you got to do it before the draft because this is a significant draft. So if you are gonna,
And Breezy came up with this scenario. I want Sean Marks to trade up in the draft. I don't give a damn how you do it. I don't give a damn who you package up to do it. You, bro. Let me tell you something. If you want to fix this damn team and want to have this team back relevant 5 years from now or 4 years from now, you got to do something. You got something to draft. This draft class is too damn talented for you to be sitting on your ass, be worrying about second round picks like that, bro. And don't get me wrong, it good players in that second round pick. I would pick up too. I'm saying
wait,
you got to try to move up too, man.
are you saying move up as in like whatever draft pick we get, do a trade to move up our position? Or are you saying to try to get a second pick?
Like move up
Yeah,
to get a
I
lottery.
want
Let
to
me say
look.
that.
Yeah,
Move
but
up to get a
when I
lottery.
was saying it, CJ and Ray, when I was saying it, I wanted to get a lottery pick. And my thing is, I want the Brooklyn Nets to buy into the idea that they're not going to try to build past this draft. After this, it's about assembling the players that we got, including who we get in this 2026 draft, and building from there and trying to compete from there. Everybody else is going to be a free agent or somebody picked up or something like that, or in a trade or something like that. But don't try to use all of that draft capital. If we got 37 picks, don't try to use 37 picks. Turn 37 into 21 picks. Or you feel what I'm saying? Or even narrow it down to where you try to focus on getting a lottery pick in this draft. Even if you gotta sacrifice some draft capital in the future, even if it is a first round, even if it is your own. But buy into now. The Brooklyn Nets been through a lot with with Sean Marks as a GM. If he was to turn this, I think the way they could turn this around is by buying into now. If you try to make us wait and go through all of those draft picks and make the Nets fans believe that we should be confident in us being successful as a roster, we're not going to believe it. We're not going to believe that Sean Marks should draft every draft pick that he got. We don't want that.
Somebody got
We
echo,
want
Bree.
him to
Somebody got
trade.
echo.
Yep. LBL probably just joined. He was probably watching it on YouTube. But I think that's what it is. I think if he was able to do that, CJ, that's where we win. We win with him taking 37 picks and changing that into another lottery pick for 2026, some type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm not saying give all the draft capital up, but with 37 picks, I'm pretty sure you can negotiate. You know what I mean? Pretty sure you can negotiate.
Cause you ain't gonna lose them 2030 picks. Like he ain't gonna use them shits, man.
Right.
Like
What you need that
he,
for?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was him. I was trying to move up on here, and I'm gonna let LM go because I ain't trying to take up all the time. But yeah, you just got to move up. Cause just imagine if they was to draft. Let me say hypothetically they draft Nate. I meant, and they get a 2 day. Shit, they won the damn draft. You asking me? I would love that if they was to do some shit like that. Now, would that would happen? No, because I don't know what type of. I don't. I sometimes you have to question Sean Marks and wonder what the fuck he doing sometimes. So I don't know if that would happen.
So let me ask you, if we were to get Nate Met,
Hmm.
so are you then bumping MPJ up to the four? To because I think Nate he's skinny. He's definitely I think he's pretty sure he's skinnier than MPJ. I don't think he's ready to play the four right away. So
I think he like a small. You would play him at small forward, right? Small forward,
yeah,
right?
but then all right. Let's say you get Nate Met, you play him at small four, you push MPJ to the four. Does that change off-season targets? Because what people were saying, oh, we want Peyton Watson. Do you still go for Peyton Watson if you or do
Yeah,
you
yeah. You still. I think you still go for him, bro. I think you
put him at
still
the
go
two?
for him. Yeah, if not, nah, if they don't if like they don't pick up with Keen Wilder, that showing me they probably going for him, Peyton Wilder. If they don't pick up Keen
The
Wilder, then they
hold on,
probably going
yeah.
for him.
Hold on. We got
But you
LBL
still
on the panel. Talk to us, bro. I wanted to just before I
Yeah,
interrupt
hey,
you,
what's
yeah, I
up?
just wanted to add LBL, what you talking about in the chat, man? You don't want MPJ on the team? Talk to us, man. What's up?
Oh no, just like what you just said, if you could if you could use him in a like a draft time trade to get a 2026 pick or move up in the draft for it, I would do that too, you know. I don't I'm not impressed. You know, he could score, that's true, but I'm not impressed by MPJ. I'd rather move off of him and I'd rather draft his replacement.
I ain't complaining.
Okay.
So
Okay. How
so
much
that
draft
would
capital do you think we could get MPJ?
I mean, I don't know what's out there yet because obviously we didn't move him when we should have. But one thing I'm saying is we need to move off of him. I feel like we need to move off of Claxton too. We need to use both of them in June to figure out who may want them, along with maybe trading some future draft capital so that we could get us, two lottery picks, maybe one high lottery pick this from our own, and then maybe a later, one, like maybe from
But
8 to 12 or something.
I hate what you're saying, but I disagree with it because I just think it's not necessarily all about MPJ's skill set, what he can bring on the offensive side of the ball. It's just the veteran part of it too. Even if we do move off of him and we decide to do that route, where do we get that veteran leadership on the floor? That's on the floor. Like, it's one thing to be coached by your coach, but actually on the floor, veteran, they got a
There'll
championship.
be
You could go to them if you don't want to take a shot type shit. Like, how do we don't replace that? And again, I feel like Diego got to be in those clutch situations for us to say that Diego is clutch because MPJ was holding it down. And then when Diego got clutch, it just makes him look good. And I'm just saying, MPJ and veterans like that can put him in situations to be clutch. I
I'm
don't see how
saying
we replace it.
we could see, since you're talking about that, you're not talking about replacing production, you're talking about replacing leadership. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of veteran free agents that are a lot cheaper
Yeah, yeah.
and probably, to be honest, a lot less productive than him
Hey,
that could be
hey,
on the team.
when you go cheap, you get cheap results. You know what I'm saying? If a 6'11" NBA champion who's averaging 25, 8, and 3, shooting from
Now
the
see,
3,
that's the
and
thing.
enough, hey,
All right, so
you
let
can
me
go get
ask you something.
go
Let me
get Cam
ask you
Johnson.
something.
No, look, Denver's about to have Cam Johnson on the block this offseason. Y'all could go get Cam
I'm
Johnson.
sure. I'm sure. But what I'm saying is, let me ask you a question. Since you just talked about his numbers, 25 and 8, right? Entering his prime, right?
Well,
You mean to tell me you
just so you
mean
know, this
I'm
he's not
saying
gonna.
you
This next season's going to be the prime. We won't
no,
look
but
at
what
it
I'm
like
saying
first.
is so you're saying come June, we can't get anything worthy in this year's draft for that type of production and that type of player?
Well, you look at his production this year as his cap. So I understand your viewpoint, but I've watched his whole career, so I already know what's coming. You see, you got to understand this is about to be MPJ's first offseason in his NBA career that he's not in the playoffs, and he's coming off the first year where he's been the number one option. So what kind of work do you think he's going to put in the offseason? This is exactly what I was saying last year when he got hurt. And then, what are you talking about? Then he came back after the 25. So if y'all were to literally trade him in the offseason when he's going to be putting in work, like I said, the season ends, what, like first, second week of April?
April? Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be in the
Almost here.
gym immediately. You got to understand, because of his back situation, there's no, oh, I'm going to take 2 weeks off from basketball. No, 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 no. Because of his situation, he's always in the gym. Even
But
in
what I'm saying,
he's a gymmer.
but what I'm asking you is, what's his value in June to the rest of the league? That's what I'm asking you.
I'll tell you, during the trade deadline, when the Warriors thought they were getting MPJ, they were celebrating. They were like, "Oh shit, the next chip's locked." That's the value.
No,
And
I'm talking about, but I'm saying, really, what's his trade value? Can we get back into the lottery in 2026? And I know
oh,
we have to. I know we
oh,
have to
oh,
match.
oh, you
I
mean
know
like
we have to
trade
match
it?
salaries because he's a salaried guy. But
So
what I'm trying to say, that's
are
what
you
I'm
saying?
asking.
Are you saying that, like, if you were to trade MPJ, what can Brooklyn get as far as draft capital? Capital? Are you saying that what can Brooklyn
Yeah,
do so that
that's.
they're in the
I'm
playoffs?
saying, like, I'm saying, is it possible to trade MPJ
Watch out.
and get into the top 10 draft? Like, because now all the big guys are gone, right? AJ's gone. This person's gone. The top 5 is gone.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh,
now what about through 6 through 14?
all
Will
right. So
MPJ get us that?
well, like, I'm gonna play through this scenario. So in the off season, if that was the goal, you would have to do this trade
For
either
your
before the season starts or
come on, live
early
screen,
into
bro. You
the
about to get these
season,
curses.
because obviously if you're going to be trading them to acquire draft capital, the closer you get to a draft, the less likely the bottom teams are going to be
Plus,
willing to send you their picks. Every year to start the year, a lot of these teams think, okay, we were bad last year, but now we're coming back. We're trying to compete. So then when you offer them somebody like MPJ, when they have this mindset of, all right, we're trying to compete, you might be more likely to acquire draft capital. You know what I mean? Like if you were to, granted the trade deadline's over, if you were to like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The trade deadline is over. But what I'm saying is there still might be a team come June, whatever it's a close call or not, right? Whoever gets bounced in whatever round, there still might be a team that has like say a pick 8 through 12 where they're saying,
hey,
okay, he might
okay,
be the difference between us and winning a
oh,
chip.
all right, I'll give you a scenario. If the Wizards were smart, the Wizards are about to have a top pick this year, right? So boom, they get one of these top guys, and then nobody off the top of their minds thinking, oh, the Wizards are for sure, a lock playoff team. Although they might very well be with
Hmm.
just Trey and AD with the inclusion of the draft pick. But if they want to really secure it, they can easily use their draft pick of next year where teams are going to be viewing them as the Wizards, a bad team. Oh, this is going to be a good pick. Go to Brooklyn, but hey, you guys give us MPJ, we'll give you our draft pick. And then Brooklyn, they're going to be like, yeah, we'll do that because you're the Wizards and you're going to be bad. And then they're going to come to the season and they'll have like Trey Young, their top draft pick, MPJ and Anthony Davis, then make the playoffs. But then you guys would be like, fuck, the fucking pick that we traded them for isn't as high as we thought it would be. Well, yeah,
But what
that's a scenario.
but what if like say what's his name gets say what's his name OKC, so say they get bounced before the finals, right?
Okay. Well,
Now
yeah,
they got like
they
three picks in this draft, right?
yeah, and this year,
Now they might say, you know what, we'll give you one of those first rounds plus Hartenstein for MPJ.
what do I think that would be smart for Brooklyn to do?
No, I'm saying that's a scenario in which we could get another first.
Is it? I mean, look, if you're trading MPJ, how about
Hmm.
this? You gotta remember, right? We were talking like 20 minutes ago about like re-ranking draft classes. If you were to re-rank that Luca Shea draft class, MPJ's probably because I think he ended up going 12 or 14 to the Nuggets because of the back
The
injury.
back issues, yeah.
But if you rank it, I think the three best players in that draft right now are Luca. Well, actually, the four best players in that draft are Luca, Trey, MPJ, and Shea. Got an MVP, NBA
Uh,
champion. Luca's been in MVP vote, discussions like the last
hmm
3 years.
hmm
MPJ, NBA champion. Trey Young has been like what a multiple time All Star. Got to an Eastern Conference Final.
What I'm saying is for MPJ, I'm saying that wouldn't be a bad scenario for us because now we're getting a second guy who will be a future starter. Well, he won't be as productive as MPJ was this season, obviously, because he'll be like 19 or 20 or whatever he is. But moving forward, we'll be in a better position to start signing some veterans and then seeing what we could do building around our core by having like a top 4 pick and maybe a top uh
Who's
10
our
pick
but
or a top
who's our
12 pick.
core?
You
Who's
know,
our
you get what I'm saying?
who's our
I'd
core?
rather roll with that
Who's
than
You
our
got,
roll with MPJ.
I guess Brooklyn's core is
all right, so
Igor and
who's our core though? LBL?
And the
LBL, who's
pick,
our
right?
core? Who's our core?
It's
Yeah, but
Igor,
who's our
our
core?
pick, and like, you know, we got to see if the other two guys can develop. Because here's the thing that people keep missing out on, and I don't know if they're scared to say it or because they don't want it to be self-prophesizing or whatever. But what's the deal with Drake Powell? Do we see him as a future too?
That's see and see, LM. I'm
Come
kind of
on,
glad you brought up that
come on, bro.
question because
He got to be way more
like
aggressive than 5 shots a game, bro.
it's like in this draft right here, like if you get like Mikael Brown, well that I'm sorry, no disrespect, Drake Paul, they got way more upside in him. Now defensively, that's the question, but like offensively, you don't have to question them guys like Mikael Brown and you got King
Hmm.
Wilder and all them guys. You don't have to question them. They're aggressive enough for offense. They know their job to go out there and do it, get bucket. And see, that's the problem with Drake Powell. He a good defender, but when it comes to offense, he be scared to shoot the ball sometimes, and he not aggressive enough on offense. So with them guys right there, them guys will easily start over Drake Powell. I'm talking about easy because they just a way better player overall. Now Drake Powell's a
Honestly,
good defensive player.
I feel like Nets fans
But
want him to
just
be like
like
that
you
with Drake Powell.
said, you don't think that if properly developed, Drake Powell might turn out to be a big sleeper in this draft. Cause see, we're so used to them being, like obviously Michael Brown has been, like even though he's only in his first year at college, he already understands, oh, it's hard for people to check me and this and that. But what I'm saying is Drake Powell, like given the proper time and coaching, I mean, you cannot say that, there's not a lot of tools in the league that could be as athletic and as gifted as him, right?
Yeah, I get what you're
Yeah,
saying, LL. Trust me, I get
look,
what you're saying.
this is
But
my
but
thing. Like
I'm gonna let you
coming
go
from
ahead and go,
being a
Range.
Nuggets
Go ahead and
fan,
go.
look, I'm gonna make it quick. But coming from being a Nuggets fan, right? Like I feel like y'all be expecting too much out of Drake Powell. Not to say that like he's bad, but like I view Drake Powell and his role at the moment similar to like Christian Braun's role on the Nuggets. Like Christian Braun isn't there or wasn't brought to the team to be some dynamic two guard averaging like 20 or whatever. It's about his intangibles. And then
I understand. Yeah. And
so
Christian
like
Braun, though, but Christian Brown now, he's a legitimate starting two.
yes.
I'm
And I
saying,
think look,
like he plays offense, he plays defense, like so I'm saying he's ready. I mean, it took him a couple years, but he's ready to contribute
yeah,
to a
what
great team. So what I'm saying is, if
I
we
view
have the
I
patience,
view I
maybe
view
maybe
Drake
Drake
Powell on that
Powell
same
can be the
trajectory.
same thing.
Yeah, I literally
Listen,
I view
I'm a,
him on the same
hold on.
trajectory. I think
All right.
that
So what I'm saying is,
Hold
if
on.
that's the
LBL,
case,
LBL,
then we
LBL,
need to start looking
LBL,
at we need to start looking at other other positions and stuff, you know what I'm saying, instead of, because like I
LBL.
mean, obviously if Peterson is there, and you're not going to think about Drake Powell, you're just going to think about, okay, I got Peterson
Yo,
because the
LBL,
other
can you hear
guys
me?
are gone or whatever, right? But
I don't think he can hear me. Go ahead, Range Rover. I wanted to hear what you was gonna say to what he said. Because we heard from
look,
CJ and
I
LBL
listen.
already. Good.
I agree. Like Drake Powell is on somewhat of a similar trajectory to Christian Brown was when he entered the league. Drake Powell's a rookie right now. But as far as like, I be seeing tweets sometimes where people are like they be talking as if they want Drake Powell to like come in averaging like 20 right now, and like, oh, he's like Dwayne Wade. It's like, nah. Like I think like Christian every before he became like the starter, which was after they didn't bring back KCP. Like what Christian's been doing is that like every offseason he tries to add something to his game. Like I think that Drake Powell should go about the same thing. Like maybe this offseason work on the jump shot. You know what I'm saying? Next offseason.
I agree with you, but this is what I'm saying, and I know I have to slow John down all the time, because I'm like, you're always talking about players' deficiencies, but if they're only 20 years old and 19 years old, you got to give them time to get better.
Facts.
True.
So not just Drake, but also Nolan, but also Yegor. You got to give them time to get better. But in the meantime, we're gonna go through some growing pains. So, I'm not looking at 26, 27 to say, oh, we're a seed. I'm hoping we get a lot better, of course, because we don't want to give up. We don't want to give up our. We don't want to have to swap our pick with Houston, and they get a pick that really matters, right? Like we don't want to be in the lottery. We want to be in those, whatever you call it, the 7 through 10, right? The we want to be in the play-in, right? And we gotta be realistic about our lift. We need to be realistic about, okay, so next year, instead of winning 25 games, maybe we win 35, and then the next year is the year. That's what I'm saying. We can't, because look, all I'm saying is, as long as you have the talent and you have the direction, sooner or later people will see, oh, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be really good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what matters. That's what brings back the fans. Oh, you got AJ, or oh, you got Cam Boozer, plus you got these other couple of young guys. Oh, okay. You're gonna be good. I think this thing about, we have a certain Nets fans have a certain arrogance where we keep looking at our stuff like, as if we were, we had 3 years in a row of no playoffs, right? This is the third year in a row of no playoffs, right? But we looking at it back like, oh, just because we're in Brooklyn, we need to be in the postseason. And it's like, I'd rather miss the postseason 3 or 4 times if it meant eventually we're gonna have a juggernaut like OKC. You know what I'm saying?
So that comes down to it comes down to the draft picks and the roster construction. Who's in charge
Yeah.
of that? The GM. And when it comes to Sean Marks, uh, he's the biggest. Like Sean Marks is like the biggest impediment to Brooklyn, honestly, because it's like even if they get like certain, like you give them the number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, it's like what is Sean Marks gonna do? Like,
And the next biggest impediment might be Jordy. We don't know. Because the thing to me is roll out them young guys and let them play, let them make their mistakes. But this is seemingly starting to feel like these rookies, some of them play scared. Like as soon as they make a turnover, they look back at the bench. Am I coming out now? And we don't need that. We need to just play.
well, I mean,
Jordy
shit.
is caring so much about his wins in a freaking lottery season. It's ridiculous.
I mean, he has to because remember, at the end of the day, it's a business, and in this business, you're an individual. So the only
That's
person
your
that
thing.
these losses are gonna like stay with is Jordy. Like in 2 years, when one of these players is a free agent, and then they go talk to another team trying to get a deal, they're not gonna bring up the Brooklyn Nets record to that player. But when Jordy goes, if he gets fired or whatever the case is, and he goes interviews with the Kings or the fucking the
I want a
Nuggets, they're gonna
second
bring up that.
2026. That's what I want.
I want to say this right here. I think the thing is, I think they really ain't find a Cam Thomas because like the lockdown dude, like how the way he was
Yo,
describing
can
how
you
they
hear
gonna
me?
keep the flames. Y'all, I think they trying to find that damn Cam Thomas place. And I like, even though I'm not saying that Bree brought this up, I'm saying though
Ye-
how the way they looking
Yeah,
for
can you hear
another
me?
guard. Y'all can you Breeze? You get
Oh, all
me?
right, cool.
You
Yeah,
get me,
yeah. Nah,
Breeze?
my internet. Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay,
But
yeah,
nah, the
no,
internet
okay.
is acting up. Listen. I'm in the stream. And where I'm at, it's a snowstorm, so I'm gonna wait till shit calm down.
Uh-huh.
Like I was telling Range Rover, I gotta go shovel anyways. I gotta go shovel, and I'm gonna be back later with more content. I know we don't play today, but I'm gonna check for more content later, man. I'm gonna try to pull up. And CJ, wait,
Yep.
you going live on TikTok?
Yeah, I always gonna lie.
Where you gonna be at? What's your handle?
Um, uh, I think OTF underscore edit 65th.
You, oh, okay, I got you. We linked already. I'm gonna check for you later.
All right, for sure.
All right, later, Range Road, CJ, LBL for life, one for real. We gonna be back for more
Salute
content
everybody.
soon. You already know. Next
All
fans
right,
get the
y'all.
best.